Why, hello. Chat, I have a surprise for all of you. You ready?
There is a distinct chance that Tony puts your stream on in the background while working on Deltarune.
Oh god, that's horrifying. I should hope not. Why, hello everybody. How are we doing on this fine, wonderful Tuesday evening? We've done a little bit of redecorating.
Make sure you listen to Savior of the Dreaming Dead today, as with every other day.
We've done a little bit of interior decorating.
Hey Undyne, how many months have I been subscribed to literally the greatest streamer on Twitch.tv? Also, why are you blue?
Actually, it's purple. Oh, we're gonna make it slightly warmer. There we go. Beautiful. Yes, I have bought a Christmas tree and I have put it on display. I think it rounds out the
20 months shade
the feng
pod,
shui
4
pretty
months left till 2 years, somehow.
Shay, the holidays are over a month away. What the fuck do you mean you already have a Christmas tree? It's November. Listen, life's too short to not celebrate the holidays earlier. Are you gonna play Mariah Carey too, or what? Weren't you here for that? I did my inaugural collective Christmas.
Love the December holiday vibe, Shay. Also just finished the Undertale video essay and it's cinema. Shay love, Shay love, Shay love, Shay love.
Yo, Moo Moo, thank you for the 4. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Stray Bomb, thank you for the 20. Snowshoes, thank you for the 7. Diamond Blaze, thank you for the 3. 32, thank you for the 42. Sunshine Girl, thank you for the 10. Says Toby Fox was mentioned in my uni music lecture today for his incredible use of leitmotifs, and Sans Undertale was on the slide, and I audibly screamed in my lecture hall. That's where we're at nowadays. Yo, Doc, thank you for that 27. Starting Act 6 on Act 6 day. Yeah, it is 11/11. I don't know what the relevance of that is yet, but I'm going to trust all the Homestuck people who have been fiending about that. Catboy Germa, thank you for the tier 1. Madeline, thank you for the 12. Thank you for the 1 year. And also Moral, thank you for the 3 months. Oh, it's Act 6's anniversary. Ah. Well, wait, was it 2011 or 2010? Yes, okay, so it's the 14th anniversary of Act 6 then? Cool. I was wondering if it was, Skyrim released today, 14 years ago too? Stop. Please make it stop. Yeah, Stopwatch, thank you for the $5 for Trans Lifeline. I'm going to training tomorrow. Oh yeah, right. You said you got like a work thing, right? For your job. I just realized Moonsetter is playing. Yeah, we're using it as the intro music. They should release Skyrim on a new console. Maybe they should work on Elder Scrolls 6. They announced that back in 2017, I'm pretty sure. And we don't even have, like, anything about it. Prime 4 type shit. Prime 4 comes out in, like, 2 weeks, though. I mean, that shit's coming out December 4th. I'm so excited for that. Hi Shay, why so blue? I figured we'd do some different lighting for the holidays. You know, I got this nice Christmas tree, kind of gives that warm vibe, so I wanted to cool the lighting a little bit so everything kind of popped. I also got a string of lights to go on the piano, but that hasn't arrived yet. So it'll be a string of multicolored lights, and I'll lay it on the back of the piano, and that should look nice and all well and good and stuff. There we go, now you can see the blushies. Post-scratch Shay, yeah. The only thing left I need to do is I need to go buy one of those oversized crucifixes and put it right here and then nail stamped into it. And then everything will be complete. I also still need to hang up a poster I got. Hold on, let me show you guys this. I've had this sitting over here for a while.
Hey Shay, will you watch Rex do Odyssey Mangelus and do a class specting test? Much love, less than 3.
Check out this poster I got. It's pretty fucking rad, ain't it? I've had this for a bit, but I haven't hung it up yet. This is my friend Goomy. That's Goomiloid art. And it's on a sick metal print. I saw this shit, and I saw they were selling merch of it, and I was like, oh, I gotta get this. So I was thinking of putting it, like, right here, below my play button. Or over here, on the left of the enemy flag. That would be cool, too. I might keep this particular space clear, because I would want to put my, 1 million play button there whenever that happens. Yeah, I gotta keep that this little space open, right? So I can put the gold play button there. Would work on the closet door? I don't want to hang anything on the closet door, though. I mean, I guess I could put it there, but... Also, Bravo thing with the 2 months. Will you watch? Yes, we are watching that today. I have it open right here. A lot of people have told me to watch, I believe it is Rex Duodecim Angelus. A ton of people have said I need to watch this. And I said I was going to wait until I finished Act 5 to watch it properly. From what I understand, it kind of retells, like, the troll session, so... It's so fire, you're so fire. All right. I love Moonsetter. It's a really good track. Might be my favorite Toby work in Homestuck. I'm not gonna lie, I really like it. It's also like so Toby, like it's like so distinctly his style. He establishes a motif, sits on it for a bit, introduces counter melody, and then switches over to a B section. Something crazy is in terms of musical structure, this song is nearly fucking identical to the way that Snowy is laid out. Like, it's really similar. Obviously, the instrumentation comes to mind, you know, piano and violin, but just the way it's structured. Your basement dweller, thank you for the tier 3, the tier 1 for 3 months in advance. I mean, I always listen to this one around the holidays. This is one of those songs I really wish played longer in the speedrun. Because this is, honestly, I love this track to death. Like, obviously, I like the establishment motif here, but the violin that comes in is just, whew. I'm so jealous it's already Christmas in the USA. I mean, it's November here too. I like getting ready early, you know? Anytime after Halloween is fair game for me. It's an hour away? Oh, have fun. What the fuck is a Thanksgiving? An American-only holiday? Thanksgiving's great and all, but gotta get Christmas early, you know? I have to support my Lord and Savior. Canada has it? Different thing. I love this little resolution.
Shay, Christmas edition.
Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous track. Yo, Nold Pointer. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 2 months. Yeah, Canadian Thanksgiving is a different holiday than American Thanksgiving. Different day, different everything. I honestly don't even really know much about, like, the origins of Canadian Thanksgiving. I used to be that guy about people celebrating Christmas before Thanksgiving, but I don't care because I love jolly posting. I used to be the same way. I was always snarky about it. Well, the reason I was because when we were kids, I liked to decorate for Thanksgiving. So we had a couple of, like, fall-themed decorations we would put out. We had a little Fruit of the Loom style, little fruit basket with the Capricorn. I used to love decorating for the holidays when I was a kid, and nowadays I don't like it nearly as much. I remember I was all about getting all, like, the Christmas lights up and getting the tree up. I got so excited to put ornaments on the tree. Nowadays, I fucking dread ornaments. I actually despise putting ornaments on Christmas trees. I just let the rest of the family do that. The cornucopia, excuse me, not the Capricorn. That's like a sign. I like the coziness of Thanksgiving. I like the meaning that we've given it in hindsight. I think it's important to be thankful for the things in your life and to tell people that they matter to you and that you're thankful for them. Ignore the origins of Thanksgiving. Just ignore that part. Focus on the important part of it, which is, the message. Also, the food's pretty good. I don't know. Actually, I think turkey's kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie. As with most of U.S. history, actually, that's just history in general. You don't have to put U.S. in that. That's just all history. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I think ham is gross. Mods kill that guy. I'm kidding. Turkey's so dry and mid. Actually, it's kind of funny because last Thanksgiving, for the first time ever, it was just me and my parents, and my mom is on like a special diet where she doesn't eat too many different types of foods. So really, it was just me and my dad. For the first time ever, we didn't have any relatives over or anything. It was just us two. And both of us don't really like turkey that much, and we weren't feeling ham that day. So he was just like, yo, you want steak? And I was like, fuck it, let's go. So we had steak for Thanksgiving. A steak? Look, Mark, I made a steak. I personally think roast beef is a bunch of soggy, bland eraser shavings. Bruh. A steak? Look, Shay, I made a steak. Christmas ham? Christmas ham is good, but have you ever had roast duck on Christmas? I haven't, but I know some people have. That's like a tradition for some people. They have a fucking duck. I don't think I've ever had duck, as a matter of fact. And I've had a lot of different type of meat. I mean, I've had gator. Y'all ever had gator before? I've had gator. It's pretty good. Y'all got to try some gator. Your Florida envy? Yeah. You ever had catfish? What about raccoon? Squirrel? You ever had roadkill gumbo? No, I'm not that backwoods. That's a little much. I've had kangaroo. I want to have kangaroo at some point. That feels like it'd be good. Whenever I inevitably visit Australia, that'll be on the list of things I would like to, the list of delicacies. Is this the fucking Schlatt Christmas album on my playlist? Oh my god, it is. Ah! How did this get here? It is really good though. Like I actually own this album in person. I bought the vinyl. Not even ironically, this shit is fucking really good. He's got a really good singing voice, and I actually just really like the arrangements of the song. It's like really good. Like it has no right being this good. He has an amazing voice. Yeah, I try. I don't think my singing voice is quite that good though. In his sleigh. I actually don't know the lyrics to this one. My grandma would take me to Outback Steakhouse and tell me they serve kangaroos there as a child. No, Outback Steakhouse does not serve kangaroo. I'm trying to think of like the most exotic thing I've had. It probably is gator, honestly. That's a pretty like niche thing. That's like one of those things you do when you're in Florida. It's pretty good. It's like a tougher chicken is how I would describe it. It tastes very similar. Merry Christmas to you. Are you still in Florida? No. I'm a Brit. We eat nothing exotic. Truth nuke. I've had bear before. I can't say I've ever had bear. Nope. How do you even hunt bear? From 1 to 92. Many times, many ways. Merry Christmas to you. Have you had goat? I've had lamb. Don't think I've had goat before, though. I've never eaten myself. Favorite Christmas carol? I love me some Carol of the Bells. I can't lie. Basic but valid. I just like playing it a lot on the piano. I actually don't like singing it that much, to be honest with you. I'm kind of like, I'm a jazzy Christmas person. Do people go caroling anymore? We always, every time we had our family over for Christmas, we would always sing Christmas carols. That was like a family activity we would do. We try to have pretty, we did try to celebrate the holidays as a family, so, you know. Dreaming of a white Christmas. I rise. I've always debated going caroling. I don't think I've ever gone caroling. We just do it at the house. Oh, my family has this tradition where we would sit around in a circle and we would do the 12 days of Christmas and we would assign everybody a part, and somebody always messed it up every single time. I think in the 25 years, 25 times I had done it since this is my 26th year, we still hadn't gotten it correct. Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. Shay, have you considered running Hollow Knight? I actually tried to learn it. I didn't really like it that much, the speedrun. I like watching it, though. It's just, it's not for me to play. All right, let me get this video up, and we'll watch this first. Every Christmas.
Hi Shay. Love the tree. I hope things are better for you than for me right now. Christmas also has a lot of memories for me too. I remember when I got my 3Ds in like 2013. I found the video game first before the 3Ds and it was magical. Anyways, whoa 20 months.
Three Ds. No, okay. Yo, Angel, think of the 20 months. I remember in my 3DS, me and my brother picked up 3DSs at the midnight launch. When the console like was brand new. That was awesome. It was like the first time I'd ever been to a midnight launch. I remember my brother talking about that to me kind of recently. We were reminiscing about it because I was what, 14, 13? It was 2013, right? No. Wait. 3DS launch was 2011. So yeah, it was March of 2011. So I would have been like 11, yeah. And I was like apparently going up to like older like random nerds and like talking about games and stuff, and everybody was impressed with how much I knew. It's so funny. Yeah, it was so funny. I couldn't wait to get home and play all the cool 3DS games on it, like all the games that it launched with. Oops. All right. Let's watch this comic. This is very heavily requested. All of you have told me I need to watch this. So let me turn on. Oh, hold on a second. I forgot to change the text back. Oops. Well, you can still donate to Movember. There we go. Have this always active during Homestuck. All right. Do I have a desktop capture? Hold on a second. Let me make sure I'm on the right display, first of all. This looks right. Primary monitor. Yes. Cool. Okay. Epic. I get worried with doing display captures, bro. It's scary shit. You don't want to accidentally show something you're not supposed to. All right, let's watch this. First and foremost, this is Rex Duodecim, I assume, Angelus. This is a big fan project, fan animation for Homestuck that chronicles the trolls battling their king. This is this translates to King of 12 Angels. I actually figured that one out because I know Rex is king in Latin, and then Duodecim is probably 12, and Angelus is angels. This is a fan animation that's so well regarded. From what I understand, it's been like made into the canon. Like something. It was officially commented it on. So it's semi-canon. It's fan and canon. You know, it's like fan canon that's so good that the creators basically said, "Yeah, this is basically what happened." All right, let's do this. Oh, let me put the ads on snooze so you guys don't get ads in the middle of this. So this is the troll session. So this is what like a semi-normal battlefield is supposed to look like. As opposed to the fucked up weird one that we had. Man, this feels vintage. Oh, this reminds me of the old Flash animations I used to like watch on like Newgrounds and stuff. Big. You can tell this wasn't made by Hussy because Carcat does something. Crazy. Woo! Hold on. Boy's got aura. Maybe a little bit too much aura. I don't think Carcat got all that. The classic bait and switch. Ooh, right in the eye. vessel of unusual unusual size. Weasel of unusual size. Look at him, he's jousting. Woo. Oh. Can I fucking aura farming for no particular reason? Alright. I like the music like changing. That's really their dynamic. All right, Aaron, give him a little bit of that blast. Oh yeah, bang! Ooh. What are they summoning? Fucking twin meteor? Oh shit. Not the Joker panel. Ah, I got that. Oh yeah, that was that thing Carcat was talking about. It was like, huh, we all thought it was like a joke. Awesome. All right, the most important character. Oh, she can just do that. Okay, cool. All eights, baby. All of it. Cooked. Wasn't even difficult. Oh wait, there's more. That's not gonna work out for you very well. Got him. Get dunked on. Awesome. Easy for the trolls. Oh, they actually contributed music. That's sick. Oh, they put his head on the pike. Yo, awesome. That was really cool. All's well and ends well, right? And the evil and intimidating Jack Noir. It is kind of funny. They were just like, they were cooking, bro. They had them dead to rights out there. It's so funny too, because that's what the trolls had to face in their session. You know, and the trolls kind of implied it was difficult, right? By the text. Like, they sort of implied it was a difficult fight. The end of Act 5 group, the main group of 4, would just fucking body that guy in like 2 seconds. The fight would just be over like that. They wouldn't even have to do any of that shit. Jade would just be like, hey, I'm going to turn you into an atom now. Boom! Yeah, I know Jade is 2A on the fucking on the power scaling wiki, which is so funny. There we go, that's better. Move my webcam a little bit. All right, let's get to actual Homestuck now. All right, the unofficial Homestuck collection. That was a cool little recap, I guess, of everything that had happened. So last we left off, there's an ad break coming. So we'll wait until after the ad break to actually start properly.
I'm so excited to see you start Act 6. Your Homestuck streams are genuinely the highlights of my week, and I can't wait to see you experience the rest of this amazing webcomic smile IT keeps happening.
Yo, Joe, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate it. I'm really bad at naming things. Also, thank you for the Prime for 3 months. It says, Rip Black King. Oh, by the way, shout out to the White King who came out of the pod, you know, all hyped up, and then just got instantly, like, bodied in, like, a split second. Bro, they set up the Chekhov's gun, like 2,000 pages ago, and then he just gets instantly murked. I mean, Cascade is literally just, like, 50 Chekhov's guns all getting fired all at once. Yeah, something I sort of missed was that on a further I did rewatch Cascade, and then I also read my comment section, which kind of elucidated a couple of things to me. We're having an ad break, so we're just waiting for the ads to end before we move on to X6. But I didn't realize that the tumor is what creates the green sun. I didn't quite catch that. I realized that watching it again. I was like, oh, okay, because I was a little confused. I was like, what is this device? And then I realized it's the 2 universes like blowing up. That's why the sun is twice as large, because it's two. Yeah. But after rewatching it, I picked that up. I was like, okay. And then, you know, you had Snowman getting executed, which blew up one side of it, and then the other side blew up from the other thing. Yeah, it's the massive 2 universes, because they had both universes getting destroyed, becomes the green sun. Doc Scratch didn't really lie. He just baited them into doing it. Like, he specifically never really said what would actually happen when that happened. But it puts everything into motion. That's like his whole plan, because they inadvertently create the green sun, which enables... It's a bootstrap paradox, where their creation of it enables them to learn about it and therefore go back to create it. Homestuck is just one stable time loop. Which works. That's completely fine in the confines of the storytelling. I know. Last time I talked about time travel, people got mad at me. It's only an issue if you present multiple time travel rules that contradict each other. But Act 5 was actually really good about just being in the stable time loop. Like it set its rules and actually works within them pretty well. Anyway, yeah, the previous thing that happened was, well, it looks like we have our new main antagonist. Also, I love the seizure panel. Really, really cool, guys. My God, we don't have to. Please do not faithfully recreate this when it gets into animation, bro. Also, I'm glad I picked up on the wordplay right away. Doc Scratch saying he is an excellent host. Like, literally, he is the host. Like the physical host. That's good wordplay. Now, the only thing I didn't really understand is that when the person tries to escape from Doc Scratch, they run into what I thought was Lord English, but here he is here, waking up, so I didn't really quite put that together. How is he in two places at once? Time travel. Oh my God, bros. Look at him. He's so cool. Okay, so I think when I watched this the first time, I didn't quite pick up that that was him time traveling backwards. I kind of forgot about the sarcophagus thing. Cool. All right, it's time to begin Act 6. Let's do it. Act 6. Ah, we're green. For an amazing reason, I hope. All right, so we're in the reset universe now. Now we gotta find out. Oh, hey, look, it's Earth. Look, see, there's Florida right there. Ew. Oh, it's autumn. It's fall colors this time. Holy Holy crap, it's John's house. I thought Deltarune was pre-scratch. Colonel Sassacres, yes. Luna Lycanthro, thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate you. At tier 3, nonetheless. Holy crap, thank you so much. Very generous. Is that Jasper's frozen in a block of ice? Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, the movie, the moif. The sun rises on a new question mark world. Person. That's not John. I don't know the translation here. I don't think this is interactable. I'm Trollian. Click to continue. Homestuck. A young lady stands in her bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 11th of November, 2011, is the date scheduled for the launch of a highly exclusive playtesting experience for a much anticipated game. The young lady is expecting to find this game in her mailbox today. She is expecting the game to be enclosed in a pair of envelopes, and printed on these envelopes, she is also expecting to find her name. What do you suppose the name on the envelopes will be? You cannot enter her name. It was already engraved in her honorary placronym on her 13th birthday, which was about 2.5 years ago, and has been sitting neatly on the bookshelf ever since. Attempting to engrave it with another name after completing this sacred rite of passage is practically unheard of, and is a gesture nearly as offensive as it would be if you tried to name her something dumb like Barn Stench Fartface. Luckily, she is not the sort to hold a grudge, and she will let it slide this time, as long as you hurry up and get her big day started. Jane. Jane Crocker. Your name is Jane. As was previously mentioned, you are poised for an elite opportunity to test the Spurb Alpha. We've gone backwards. It's not the beta anymore. Now it's the alpha. It is so elite, in fact, you are the only of your kind invited to playtest. Though you guess that probably comes with the territory of being the heiress apparent to a baked goods empire. You don't suppose it hurts that you are said empire's #1 fangirl either. It should come as no surprise that you enjoy baking, but you also adore reading detective stories. You fancy yourself a skilled prankstress, and if by no other measure than lineage. Though at times you feel like it's tough to fill these shoes when you were surrounded by jokers. Seriously, the shenanigans perpetrated by your pals make the old school japes feel kind of pedestrian sometimes. But oh well, you love them all anyway. You once dabbled in amateur botany, but found it too frustrating because your vegetables kept Actually, you know what? You don't want to talk about it. You love situation comedies while holding particular affection for mustachioed funny men. You know your Foxworthys, your Funkies, your Swansons, but not necessarily your Gallaghers per se, because you have to draw the fucking line somewhere. You are also pleased to contemplate frightening fauna, though saddened by their regrettable fakeness attribute. But none of that's on your mind now, because you are psyched about this special date. 11/11/11, i.e. 2x3 prong day. Whatever that means. A date exhibiting just the sort of numerical gimmick corporations love to exploit for their big releases, or for launching major rebranding initiatives. In case of your cherished multi-global empire, both such events are slated to happen today. You can't wait to see what's in store and for the mail to come. When it does, you will waste no time in embarking on the game's maiden voyage. And if even a fraction of what you heard turns out to be true, you are prepared to have the time of your life. What do you do? Quickly retrieve arms from chest. Ah! Jane is not empowered to rehash this tired running gag because all of a sudden she is too busy being the other guy. We need to figure out what this fella's name is pronto. Enter name. Once again, you make the incalculable blunder of attempting to engrave an already allocated placronym. His name was etched when he turned 13 too, almost 3 years ago. It's been sitting here messily in this unbelievably deadly pile of guns ever since. What sort of vulgar, childish moniker were you going to stick this poor bastard with? Barf breath, turd smirk? It doesn't even matter. Just tell him what to do. Jake English. English? Oh no. Examine room. Oh my goodness gracious. Your name is Jake. You love movies, all movies. You would describe your taste in film as eclectic, but in truth, it isn't much less than totally indiscriminate. You bluster frequently of exuberance for firearms and fisticuffs and adventure, though have no human company with which to share these interests. But who needs chums when you can enjoy a top-notch gander of your gals of cerulean complexion? Hubba hubba. You're known to be found with your You're known to be found with your nose in a comic book or two. Not that it makes you a nerd or anything, like you even care about that. Not a gent of your panache and swagger, qualities which you would bandy with aplomb on your globe-spanning adventures. Hypothetically speaking, you would love to travel around the world, toppling any sacred urns you encountered. You'd be tickled by the opportunity to defile hollow tombs everywhere, raiding them of their treasures. And how you'd give your right leg for a shot at desecrating the shit out of some real-life mystic ruins for their Byzantine wares. We're back to Byzantine again. Luckily for your limb, there is a dandy set of ruins nearby. And you desecrate them quite frequently. You are also troubled to contemplate frightening fauna, and plagued daily by their regrettable realness attribute. What else? You sure like to wrestle. Did you mention fisticuffs yet? You know, scrums and whatnot. Also skulls. Gosh, you love skulls. There's a good skull at the heart of any mystery, haunting its every page. That is what you always say, or at least what you always hope. What will you do? Retrieve arms from floor post haste. Oh my goodness. You make a dutiful motion towards your trusty firearms, doing your part to assail the mushy carcass of a horse that passed away long ago, when suddenly a wild character select screen approaches. You really feel like you are in the driver's seat now. You can basically take this story literally anywhere, as long as you don't pick one of those shadowy characters, and as long as the panels are actually finished being drawn. It is like this whole panoramic cornucopia of limitless possibilities sprawling before your very eyes. Who do you want to be? All right, we get to choose between, what is this, Jake and Jane? So we got one living in California and, I think it's somewhere in, like, the fucking Bermuda Triangle. And then this unknown character who looks like Rose lives in Pennsylvania, it looks like. And then, oh god, Texas! Oh no, that is New York, you're right. I didn't see, I looked at the wrong Great Lake. The map is a little low res, sorry. Wrong ocean? I'm sorry, what are you guys talking about? What do you mean, wrong ocean? Huh? Bermuda's in the Atlantic? Oh, that's... Oh. I thought that was the Atlantic Ocean. I thought that was the fucking... I thought that was like a close-up of like... like the Bahamas and Cuba and Haiti over to the left. No, that's the fucking Philippines. Oops. My fault, gang. Yeah, it's Australia down there. Oops. Australia is literally in the image. I've never been to Australia, okay? I thought that was maybe the top of like South America or something, okay? I'm a little stupid. Shut up. Listen, they didn't teach me fucking good geology and American fucking education, all right? All right, chat, I'm gonna let you all decide. That's /poll, dipshit. Choose. We go Jane or Jake. And I will give you a minute to vote. No additional votes. Go. All right, chat, make your voices heard. Who are we choosing first? All right, the vote is currently 184 to 71. Now, hold on a second, guys. There could be a come-from-behind victory here. You never know. I mean, Jake can still win, and here's how. Listen, guys, I mean, it's not... election night's not over yet. I mean, Cuomo can still... No, I shouldn't... All right. Unsurprisingly, Jane takes it with 211 votes. That motherfucker was really out there. Really, on the last day, that motherfucker, Andrew Cuomo, was really out there like, guys, we could still win this. No, you can't. Your time has come, old man. All right. It's time for Jane. You're suddenly Jane again. What was it you were up to? All right, this game. You're excited about that. Images from Cuomo HQ on election night were so funny. For real. Good fucking riddance. At least one good thing happened. This isn't democracy. This is Fast Femme. Did somebody say Force Femme? You're crazy for that. Earlier this morning, you thought you heard the mail truck, even though the mail never comes in the morning. But just to be sure, you rushed downstairs to check, even though, due to recent events, you are forbidden from leaving the house. Alas, it was not there, and you sort of spaced out of the sky with a goofy grin on your face for no great reason, and then you were caught red-handed by your guardian. Then you got into trouble. You think you might be grounded now? Whatever, Dad. Examine fetch modus. The fetch modus is recipe. Oh boy. It's your recipe modus, an extremely handy little inventory widget your dad got for you for your birthday a couple of years ago. He can be a real hard ass sometimes, not really, but he sure knows how to spoil his little girl. Aww. Capture log it. Oh my god, her inventory is the fucking recipe book. You stick the recipe modus in your recipe modus. You flip the card over and look at the back. The thing about this modus you think is really cool is that instead of showing a completely useless, wobbly, garbled code on the back, it itemizes the components which could be used to create it, in a completely hypothetical framework, of course. Just another wonderful innovation by your favorite company. It releases many products of an experimental nature, often with applicability to other kinds of technology and products which haven't hit the market yet. Of course, as the heiress, you are privy to all the sweetest gear in advance. Maybe you'll rummage through some of that stuff later. The modus is a capture-logged object. The modus, as a capture log object, only has one simple recipe involving a array modus, snore, and a cookbook modus. Yes! Other objects have more varied and elaborate recipes, though. Array modus, snore. I really like the distaste that the writing that Hussey has for the array modus, because it's too easy. Get hat. Ooh, oh my goodness gracious, that's a little expensive, don't you think? You capture log your favorite hat, which is also your only hat. You spent basically your entire childhood in this hat, pretending to be a hard-boiled detectives and whatnot. In public, you and your dad made quite the pair. Everyone could tell by a glance that you were your father's daughter, sired from his loins directly and genetically, though what was undoubtedly a natural process of human procreation involving a man and a woman. People would definitely nod and say, yep, that little lady sure did emerge from a womb on account of that gentleman's awesome virility. Yeah, about that, sure. Yeah, sure. Anyway. Nothing's ever normal in Homestuck. As you can see, there are loads of ways to cook up a hat like this, involving many stupid combinations of random objects. Inspect the posters. It's one of your funny men pinups, a glorious Foxworthy. It's one interest that overlaps with your dad's. He thinks his corny redneck shtick is just the funniest thing since sliced bread that was sliced by a hilarious clown with a laugh knife. Honestly, you don't care much for his comedy, though. Dealing the low-income bucolic, I don't know what that means, class's affectionate sass ad nauseum isn't what you'd call your cup of tea. You just think he's really handsome. Every time he starts rattling off pointers on how to self-diagnose bumpkinhood, you just get lost in that pair of blue twinklers and those soft auburn lip bristles. You were so shy when you got the poster autographed. If only you felt worthy of that fox. Hussey, you got something you want to say to me, or? Oh, and there's one of your Problem Sleuth posters. You've got a lot of Problem Sleuth stuff because you think detective stories are just so swell. This was the last panel in the first story, which ended a little bit before your 13th birthday. Hey. Awesome. Since then, the author has steadily been updating Problem Sleuth 2, which you've been following avidly. You are happy that he stayed in that lane and stuck with a time-tested formula. If he went in a different direction, you probably would have found it really disappointing. Check out the other posters. Is that Dr. Manhattan? Another sleuth poster, of course, with two of your favorite dames ever. The Tobias and the Manhattan were gifts for your 14th birthday, sent to you by your good buddy Jake. Just a couple of periwinkle heartthrobs unquestionably sent in playful retaliation for the ribbing you've given him over the years for his inexplicable infatuation with his fallow femmes. I don't know what that word means. So he made a couple of coy recommendations for objects of your attraction, and you have hung his cobalt beefcakes here since. He's pretty spot on with the blue funk, to be honest, since that's like the best show ever. Mr. Cross can blue himself anytime as far as you're concerned. But the Manhattan, not so much. Comics aren't really your thing, but you hung it up anyway because that's the sort of thing you do in a mildly escalating feud of passive-aggressive one-upmanship. You own it. But you feel kind of weird about having his blue mutant penis dangle over your head while you sleep, so you covered it up with something more obscene, some sort of revolting troll Howie Mandel, also gifted to you by Jake. Good lord, does that kid have some spotty taste? Little fucking monsters. I'm sorry, I can't look at Dr. Manhattan anymore without thinking of fucking It's so sad. Steve Jobs died of ligma. Who the hell is Steve Jobs? Ligma balls. I can't. I just cannot. I cannot take that movie seriously anymore, man.
Who the hell is Steve Jobs?
Ligma balls.
I can't take Watchmen seriously anymore after that. That whole movie, I just can't take it seriously because every single time I get to that part, it's supposed to be this tragic fucking part where a character gets exploded and you're supposed to care about it, and I just can't fucking stop laughing like an insane person because I think, Ligma balls. Yo, Chaos, thank you for the gift sub to Who is Steve Jobs? There's also your magnificent Swanson. Ron Swanson is the perfect man. You have tried to order all of the bacon and eggs in a restaurant on several occasions, but your dad never lets the order go beyond the joke level. What a fuddy-duddy. I love that word. Take the spoon. Strife Specibus. Spoonkind. You tuck your trusty Junior Battermaster's Bullbuster Stirring Solution 50,000 into your Strife deck, allocated with the ever martially pragmatic Spoonkind. You wouldn't have it any other way. You love your fancy spoon. It has several million recipes stored in it and walks you through each step with a soothing female robot voice, just like in science fiction. Some urban legends say that the device also broadcasts subliminal messaging distributing ominous Crocker Corp propaganda, but you don't put any stock in that sort of baloney for a second. There is one switch on it that doesn't seem to do anything. Maybe yours is defective? Still, it's perfectly serviceable and has assisted you in whipping many a cake into delicious submission. No, the button splits it into 3. Haven't you watched SpongeBob? Examine bunnies. These customized bunnies were gifts to you on your 13th birthday from 2 of your friends. Both were heirlooms passed down to them, and they decided to coordinate gift ideas and send you dressed up versions of their beloved childhood toys. You like to think he was shooting for a detective bunny with the one on the left, but you know realistically it was probably an Indiana Jones bunny more in line with his interests than yours, especially since it came with a little whip you have misplaced. The bunny used to belong to his grandma. The other one used to belong to your friend's mom, and she dressed it as a wizard, which was also unapologetically more representative of her interests than yours. That's okay, though. You love the gesture anyway. And you and she are totally BFFCs forever's her words. And you agree with them. You did get one more bunny from your other pal. He had to make it himself from scratch, since for some ridiculous reason he didn't happen to have a ratty old bunny heirloom laying around. His gift was somewhat less innocuous. You have no idea where it is, though. Probably just as well. Look out the window. Hi, Shay. What's up, EB? You've been fidgeting around your room all day, making little observations about various belongings, checking the clock. When will the dang mail get here? You take another peek out the window just in case. It's still not there, but there is your dad. What is he up to? He just capture logged the car. Oh, that's right. He was going to wash it today. He's probably... Dadbert, the universal constant, yeah. He's probably taking it into the backyard next to the garden hose. He keeps a very busy fatherly itinerary. So many dad things to do every single day. If the mail arrives soon, this would be a great opportunity to sneak out and get it. Fingers crossed. Looks like somebody's bothering you. He better make it quick. You've got a window to stay glued to. Go to the computer. All right, what do we got on here? We've got Hemera, Pester Chum, Betty Bother. You know you really should switch to Pester Chum. It's what your friends use, and it's a lot better than Betty Bother, if you're being honest with yourself. BB is just so spammy and annoying with all the pop-ups everywhere. Ugh, look at this dreadful clutter. You have got to switch. But then, brand loyalty is a powerful thing. Looks like Jake is messaging you. Why is Guy Fairy there? My favorite Homestuck character. Oh, I just noticed there was an ad running, so we're gonna wait until that subsides. I'm gonna grab a drink. What's the little obey flickering? What is this fucking 1984 Big Brother ass fucking? Okay. The ads are over. Let us continue. Obey. 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 You want to consume. You want to consume. You want to be a consumer. Is this how I get Is this how I get Twitch subs? I just gotta like flicker this on the screen every once in a while. Answer Jake. Golgotha's Terror GT began bothering Gutsy Gumshoe. GG. Oh, look at that. They have the same
Hello, jingle your keys, those will get subs.
I don't actually, my keys are in my bedroom. Yo, Capital. Thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate you. Jane, forgive my botherations. I know that this is meant to be a spanking rip snorter of a day for you and all, but do you happen to know where the devil fucking Dickens Mr. Strider might be? Oh, that's fine. I had been meaning to message you sooner, actually, but I suppose in all the hubbub today, it plumb slipped my mind, which is a shocking fact on its lonesome considering what I have to tell you. Egad, loosens collar a bit. Jesus Christ. Oh, he's totally British, isn't he? Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry to my UK audience. Egad. As for the Strider business, he's an elusive guy, Jake. You know that. I talked to him yesterday. That's as much help as I can be. Ah, shoot. I really needed to ask him something, but he's got his blasted autoresponder turned on. Oh, I love that thing. He wouldn't be pleased to hear you say that. What do you need help with? All right, what do you need with him? Does this have to do with your crazy pen pal project? It most certainly does, and the time is of the essence. Today is the day I have to finish it and send it, not a day later. So, you see why I'm feeling really freaking discombobulated at the moment. Sorry, Jay. This would be the birthday present. For your grandmother? No, it is for your grandfather simply to be relayed to him by my grandmother. A joint gift from him, she and I.
My favorite British streamer Shay Undertale.
Discombobulate. He'll attempt wild haymaker. Discombobulate. Her and me. What? Who and you now? A joint gift from her and me. Grammar, Jake. Oh, for frig's flipping sake, Jane. This is no time for your prudish pedantry. Leave your bookish malarkey in a dusty old library somewhere. I have an adventure to get on with. So if I have this straight, the big thing hogging up your plate today is not this marvelous new game which I have invited you to play with me, but finishing a robotic rabbit to give to my dead pop-up? Bingo. You are a very strange and silly boy. Please, Jane, we have addressed this. I am sending the gift back in time to when they are both alive and about our age. Or, something like that. Something funny is going on here that I'm not fully grappled yet, but dag-nabbit if I'm not gonna see it through. Well, Godspeed then. I do hope you can pull it off. Are you being fresh with me now? No! Look, Jane, I know you've never believed me, and you think everything I say is some big what? Goof off, but I think today of all days is when you should start taking some things more seriously. Especially since I've always had your back. I have always believed in you. Hey, I have believed in you too. However, believing someone isn't the same as believing in somebody. But that much said, I think that maybe I'm getting ready to believe some of the wild stories I've heard. Or, if not believe outright, reserve judgment on at least. Is that so? I don't know. I'm still not sure what to think. But what I wanted to tell you this morning was I had a really wild dream last night, and you were in it. Oh my. Glasses fog up, fumbles for kerchief. Shh, not like that. It was so real. I think we were in the game, even though we hadn't started playing yet. I don't know what to make of it. Whether it was a vision of the future, or somewhere that exists now, or if it was just a really lucid dream due to excitement. What was I doing there? Not a heck of a lot. I really want to tell you all about it, but it will take some time to explain, and we both have things to attend to. You with your time-traveling rabbit work, and I, my vigilant window gazing. Ah, too true. Let us reconvene later and sort all this shit out at a leisurely pace. Yes, okay, good luck, Jake. Okay, you too, Jane. Bye. I hope my British accent is not horrible, chat. It's acceptable. All right. Check the clock. Hold the phone. 11:10. You almost forgot. 1 minute until the Empire's rebranding launch. You wonder if it'll live up to the hype. Guess you'll find out. Wait 1 minute. You ride out another 60 seconds and, something happened to your baking chest. Did the logo just change? You wonder what else may have been affected. Look around. Yep, this one changed too. Crocker Corp is nothing if not thorough with its branding tactics. You guess it's pretty cool. It's just a fork instead of a spoon. Not the most awe-inspiring logo you've ever seen, but who are you to judge, aside from the future owner of the company? You make a mental note that when you turn 18 and inherit the company, you will change it back to a spoon. You love the spoon. Examine the Bowl Buster. Oh my fucking god. Stop this! Sure enough, the Junior Batter Masters Bowl Buster Stirring Solution 50,000 has been affected too, along with your Specibus. Try flipping the switch. Oh, look at that! Ooh. You try the broken switch again. Hey look, it does something now, toggling your trusty Bowl Buster between a stirring solution and a poking solution. Neat! It's a spork. It's a pretty sick weapon, I can't lie. So they're, what, 15 and 16? Is that correct? I think they mentioned something like that. Like their 13th birthday was 3 years ago. Okay, so they're a little older than the previous cast. I see, we've moved from Pokemon age group to like typical JRPG age group. Now we're straight shonen. Back to the window. Nope, still nothing. You surely would have heard the truck pull up. You guessed the Empire wasn't able to coordinate the mail with its rebranding. Maybe the US Postal Service is the one thing it doesn't have in its gnarled claws yet. Another mental note, sink gnarled claws into the post office when you take over. No. Don't disrespect the boys in blue, all right? We all know when somebody says you gotta back the boys in blue, they're talking about the United States Postal Service. My fucking goats. Not any other fucking frauds running around living out a power fantasy. Firemen are all right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, I have infinite fucking respect for firefighters. Are you kidding me? You dedicate your life to going and rescuing people from burning buildings and shit? That's one of the most selfless fucking careers there is. My respect for community workers is very high, chat. They're very important. And I have utmost respect for people who do that kind of stuff. Firefighters and arsonists have the same aspect, but a different class. That's crazy. Open the chest. You decide to pass the time by rummaging through your baking chest and... Hang on. Yeah, maybe later. Answer. All right, who do we have here? This is Uranian Umbra, UU. Okay, let me take a look. What kind of dialogue? Let's see, I'm trying to think of a voice. Everyone's British? Oh god, season 6, or act 6 off to a horrible start. Good morning, lovely. Why, hello. So, I guess today is finally the day you make everything better. It is the day whereafter the legendary octet of mutual progenitoriety will come together and heal a great branch in paradox space. A day delivered through 80 billion years in 4 distinct universal instances worth of unfathomable turbulence. And while the emerald eye of this storm is fixed in the abyss forever, today you are poised to escape its scowl once and for all. By Skaya's guiding light, you may leave behind its turning arms of bright colors and mayhem, and secure peace for your cosmic progeny for all duration. And if you are to meet this departure with trepidation, I would also understand. But I would ask you, is there nothing I can do to ease your mind? Gosh, so formal today. Yes, I'm afraid I'm guilty of rehearsing this pep talk well in advance. I thought you deserved a proper send-off. Aw, well then, is there nothing I can do? It was a serious question. You needn't worry about easing my nerves. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be nearly as thrilled about today as I am. Splendid! But remember, I will be here to help, whilst refraining from casual spoilers for the best of my ability. That is reassuring. Have you corresponded with your first designated co-player yet? No, I haven't seen her online yet today. I'm really hoping Lalonde won't flake out on me this time. Have you heard from her? Not the today that is local to you. Though I do have a wee bit more trouble in monitoring her than the rest of you. Curious dark patches in the transmission. Still, I wouldn't fret over it. She is as good a chum as any of you should come through, ultimately, even if things seem dire. If you say so. Oh, I wanted to tell you I had an amazing dream last night. Blimey! I believe it may have been of the sort you described. A dream of awakening, presuming I haven't just flat out lost my marbles. Indeed, I'm sure it was. I knew you'd wake up soon. Might you describe what you saw? I was in a bright gold city. Above was a brilliant blue sky, but the horizon was dark as night. Was this the place you told me about? What was it called? Ah, shucks, does this count as a casual spoiler? Not at all. That is a simple detail about the realm you are about to explore, without directly involving your future decisions of consequence. The place you have visited was called Prospect. It is where I have woken up every time I've gone to sleep for most of my life. I didn't see you there. At least, I don't think I did. No, you wouldn't have. My prospect is an alternate version from yours, in a completely different session quite far afield of your reality. If we are ever to meet in person, it is unlikely to be while playing our respective games. Oh, causal spoiler, I say. Okay then, I mentioned this briefly to Jake, and he didn't have much to say before we parted ways. I'll gather that if this is all true, then it means Jake is not awoken yet? I think this is for you to determine in time. What is your hunch? I don't know, but there is one thing about the dream that was very troubling. I'm becoming nervous to consider what it might mean. Understandable, but it will be important to practice patience today. You have a long road ahead of you, and many questions will be answered in time. But we can talk it over later. Now, we have games to prepare for. I know you can never fully appreciate what this actually meant, but I took much care to sync up these conversations with you on the same day that I began playing as well. That way, we can journey through our sessions together and compare notes. I'm still not sure I appreciate what that means, but I appreciate it. My fucking god. Bro. Carcat could never. Yo, Chaos said, thank you for the gift sub to half bread. Chaos. Yo, what's up? It's good to see you, bread. Hope you're doing well. I'm still not sure I appreciate what that means, but I appreciate that a nice gesture has been made if you say so. I guess I should just start believing all of this now, huh? Rather than learning it to be true later and feeling the fool for all my curmudgeon-y skepticism. For starters, I guess I could drop my reservations about your story. Will you? I can write off much to tomfoolery, as I'm no stranger to a good prank myself. But, quite honestly, you seem too kind for this charade. Not the type I'd expect to trot out such persistent falsehoods beyond their humorous welcome. So what do I know? Oh.
Smots Gaming.
Smots Gaming. Yo, hype. Hi. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the 500. Not the type I'd expect to trot out with such persistent falsehoods beyond their humorous welcome. So what do I know? Consarn it, maybe you are an alien girl from Uranus, and together we are about to play a game which determines the fate of existence. Sign me up. Oh, but I never claimed to be from that planet, which is only in the far reaches of your solar system. In fact, I am from a much further away, a different universe altogether. But if you truly mean it, thank you for believing in me. Now, Jane, my lovely, let us prepare for this adventure. Remember what I said about your need for patience. Patience with your friends. Patience for growth as a hero of life. And patience for the coming of the other four of legend. A hero of breath, and of light, and of time, and of space. And if you still find yourself in doubt, just check the inscription on that big old book downstairs. After all, if you can't trust words written by your own hand, then what use is trust at all? Kisses. Okay, back to the chest. Guys, check the news. It happened. Betty Crocker rebranded. You can't just come into my Twitch chat and say, guys, check the news. It happened. You can't just fucking say that. You cannot just come into my fucking chat and say that shit, bro. Don't play with me like that. Don't play games. My heart fell out of my body. You return to your baking chest, which you use mainly for storing quality pranking apparatus and a few other odds and ends. Oh, hello, Pop-Up. His friendly face... Pop-Up. His friendly face is there to greet you every time you open your chest. You would have loved to meet him. Unfortunately, his life was cut short at the tender age of 86 in a tragic accident. Coincidentally, on the same day you were born, or so your dad tells you, Pop-Up Crocker was a legendary comedian following in the footsteps of his grandfather, who of course was the greatest southern pranking legend of all time. One day, you hope to follow in Pop-Ups too. But then, If the whoppers you have been told recently have any truth to them, maybe you'll get to meet him after all. It seems too good to be true. The only relationship you have ever had with him are through video footage of his vaudevillain antics on stage. I still don't know how to say this. Vaudevillain? Fuck, I don't know how to say this word. Fuck it, don't care. Or through his role as Judge Johnny Stone on one of your favorite old sitcoms, Night Court. Rummage around. Just your basics when it comes to pranking. A few clever disguises, a name brand dunce cap, a slightly abridged edition of Sassacre's text. Updated for the modern prankster and scrubbed of a few of the more egregious, julep-filled racial slurs. Yeah, -1. Let's go. The very first one comes off the board. Something tells me when Hussey put that in, that he didn't even know that was a slur. I don't think any of them knew it was a slur. I'm not gonna lie. I had no idea. I'd never heard that word before. I mean, that was like some timey-wimey racism. That's like some out of the 1860s fucking Jim Crow era fucking racism, bro. That's crazy, man. Several other stray books. Your company's prototypical model for the grist widget 12,000, and of course, your super handy Unreal Heiress Thought Wave Tiara Top for the young go-getting junior Battermaster on the go. Dump the chest. Might as well get all this crap out of here and take it with you. You never know when you might need it. You shut the chest and, oh, hello, Harry Anderson. Always a pleasure to see you there. He is also one of your idols, and as it happens, he has a bit of a history with your pop-up. They were rivals on the vaudeville, comedy, and magic act circuit. Eventually, the less competent Anderson was shamed out of the industry and went on to greener pastures in the private dicking biz? The what? Oh, detective. Private detective business. I forget that dick is actually like a term for detective. That's crazy, bro. Pop up? Yeah, pop up. Pop up. Pop up. Pop, pop. I'm saying pop up really fast. It sounds like pop up, but it's pop up. Really pop up. He began one of the hardest boiled detectives on the mean streets of the Big Easy, and later made a fortune off his memoirs, ghostwritten by Mike Cavaney. Capture log all. Woo! Man, isn't that so much more convenient than shitty fucking John's fucking initial inventory shit? Your Siledex is so great. You shudder to remember some of the old shitty fetch modi you used to struggle with when you were younger, still learning the capture logging ropes. Fibonacci heap. Lol at the fucking noob. Fibonacci heap. Inspect books. Fibonacci, a Fibonacci fucking modus sounds like it would be absolutely horrible. Harry Anderson's Wise Guy and Pony Pals. Hell fucking yes. DS. I wonder who DS could be. You have a cookbook, which of course was made obsolete by your computerized talking bullbuster. You wouldn't dare part with it though. Too many wonderful memories. There's Anderson's aforementioned book, Wise Guy. His Cavaney stories are gripping in a way. And there's your customized copy of Pony Pals, a gift to you on your 14th birthday from the slippery Mr. Strider. Each page contains lovingly handwritten commentary on the deeds of this intrepid young horse. Check out the grist widget. Why is she looking at it like that? This thing's a piece of junk. It just wastes your boon dollars and destroys your cool gear to produce these stupid things that look like gushers. But unlike gushers, which serve many practical purposes, like inducing vomiting and simulating the experience of eating plump insects, these things are totally useless. Insert hat card. Okay, you'll try it out with one of your less prized possessions just to prove how dumb it is. You never liked this hat much. It makes you look like a gnome and basically isn't funny at all. You pop the card in, the grist widget indicates that it'll cost 10 boon dollars to convert this object into grist. That's not too bad, you guess. It's not like the currency has much value anyway. It was introduced as a sort of BC Corp fun bucks. Oh, Betty Crocker Corp fun bucks. To be used by youngsters specifically on qualifying merch online and stuff. Brilliant business strategy, really. As heiress to the empire, you are naturally endowed with millions, which you have a reputation for being very generous with. You have been considering using your wealth to set up a scholarship fund to allow the underprivileged kids to go to Boone College. Boone College. Jane is the 1%. Oh, so she's just rich. Cool. Activate. See? Utterly pointless. You hope Crocker Corp was going somewhere with this technology, because if not, this product is first in line for getting the axe when you're in charge. Wear the tiara top. Ooh. You put on your highly fashionable Unreal Heiress Thoughtwave tiara top and flip it on. It immediately hums to life as its blazing fast processes mingle with your thoughts. It is the most efficient computing technology in the world by far, as long as you don't wear it for too long. But aside from a few migraines, you can't possibly imagine any drawbacks that cease reproduction could come with. Submit, merge, and consume the thought to embrace your calling. Experimental technology conform to social order. From astray, stay asleep. Extremely powerful, die. Corporation. Wait, what? Cease reproduction. Damn, bro. Stop fucking. Continue vigilant window gazing. Still no sign of them. Oh my fucking god, dude. Still no sign of the mail. Might as well keep the tiara top on while you look, even if it means suffering through all these bullshit pop-up ads. That way, you can keep an eye out for Lalonde while you're at it. Speak of the devil fucking Dickens. Answer Lalonde. All right, we've got tipsy, nostalgic. Oh, tipsy nostalgic. Okay. TG. All right, what kind of voice should I give TG here? Jane. Hey, Janie. Answer, please. Answer. Jane. All right, so definitely drunk. Oh my god, overreact much? I kept you waiting for all of 2 seconds. Where have you been today? Nowhere, just chilling here. When all of a sudden, it hit me. We have something really fucking important to talk about. This hit you just now? We made plans to get in touch early this morning, and I have seen neither hide nor hair of you all day. It hits me that Jake's B-Day is coming up really soon. Just a few days before mine, remember? Or I guess it would be if it wasn't for the ad break. Yeah, guys, don't you know that this stream is sponsored by Taco Bell? It's 3 tacos and a large Mountain Dew Baja Blast Midnight for $8. I remember back when you could get that shit for like $2. And then we kept electing Republicans to run the country. Dude, check out the new fucking Toyota Corolla. It's like the best fucking thing. Amazing. Have you seen the Baja Blast pie? Shit looks like a Baja blasphemy. +2. Wow, this Betty Crocker subliminal messaging is so good. I feel like, wow, why do I suddenly feel like purchasing a new car? There was so much complaining about the teen drinking back in the day. Well, look at it this way, guys. We just had 2 British people. So obviously Britain is canon to Homestuck now. And, you know, you were just accurately representing Britain here with all the teen drinking. It's a serious issue. Not to make, like, light about that, but it does happen a lot. Checkmark with no GIF sub spotted. Yeah, I can't believe my chat is just letting Swift not have a Shay sub. Unbelievable. How could you let someone as cool as Swift not have a Shay sub? She's, like, really cool and awesome. All right, the ads are over. It hits me that Jake's birthday, blah, 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 blah. Just a few days before mine, remember? Or I guess it would be if it wasn't for the end of the world that's about to happen. Oh, for Pete's sake. I just wanted your advice on where to get them. Something sentimental, I guess. But, I mean, I'm mostly tapped out of precious heirlooms at the moment, so I don't know. But not like anything coming on too strong. Something that says, yo, Wolfle, thank you for the gift sub to Swift. But I like anything, something that says, this is totes platonic and everything. No eyebrow-raising funny biz is going on over here. But still says, you know, call me if you wanna. Now I know you're joking around to get my goat. Yeah, the goat getting thing, I mean. But joking, oh no, I think not. You don't think that if I didn't say he was off limits on account of you being my best friend, I wouldn't be all the hell over that? Damn. That rugged sense of adventure. The delightful, silly vernacular that's like weirdly and bewitchingly not self-aware. Those adorable teeth. Swoon. No, stop. Well, shit, Jane. What am I even supposed to do? I can't hit on anybody, and apparently I can entertain nary a frisky thought about anybody, because apparently everybody's off limits. Bunch of goddamn typos. Shit sucks. You don't even let me say your dad is hot, even though we both know he way the fuck is. I mean, come on. Yeah, because it's weird, and you're drunk. Correction. Drinking. Present tense. That's grammar, Jane. I don't see why you don't try to court the favor of Mr. Strider. If you ask me, he and you are perfect for each other. Oh, Jane, so naive. So naive. Lordy. How can you be this far gone so early? It isn't even noon yet. You forget we live in very different time zones. It's a lot later here. You're 3 hours ahead of me. You would be amazed how much can happen in 3 hours. What would your mother have to say if she caught you? Pretty sure she wouldn't give a shit. I mean, she's the one who stocked the goddamn liquor cabinets in the first place. I don't even think she had, like, a drop in her life, probably. So why else is she putting it there? Like, it was, like, a passive-aggressive dare for me. Aggressive. Just a sort of mind game she would play. So, even if your insane and paranoid theory happens to be true, your response is, screw it, trying to help myself to all this mind game booze. Yeah, pretty much. Ugh, you're completely impossible like this. I cannot believe you chose to do this today of all days. I should have known better. Here I am waking up bright and early, waiting all day with my nose pressed against this glass for the mail to come, and wondering if you'll ever log on, and all the while you're just getting blind, stinking, schnocker-bottom drunk. What you waiting for? In the mail? Is something happening today or something? The Alpha. What word is this supposed to be? Jeez Louise, you are hopeless. Oh yeah, that thing. Are you at all ready to play it if it comes? I guess, but you sure you even want to play this thing? You know, it's just what the Batter Witch wants you to do. Not this again. If you just want to go ahead and be a chump, Jane, it's your call. I'm just saying. I know what a chump looks like. And you don't look like no chump I ever saw. If you go through with this, I'll have to add your poor file to my chump roll. Which is like this real actual thing I maintain instead of being a joke. Is that what you want? What? The Batter Witch does not exist. It is an idiotic urban legend. How many times have I explained this? My great-great-grandmother, who founded the company and is accused of holding this identity, would have to be almost 200 years old if she were still alive today. The idea is such preposterous hogwash, and it's hardly worth dignifying with a rational response. The iconic face of the company isn't even a real person. She was fabricated long ago during the company's fledgling years. Right. As, you know, an alter ego for something more sinister. Such cuckoo bird nonsense. In any case, I don't understand the nature of this second guessing, besides chalking it up to your unwelcome inebriation. We had agreed you would play with me. You sounded excited about it. Have you even obtained your copy yet? Yeah, obtained. Sure did. Through your various technologically cryptographic means, I presume? Oh, you bet. I hacked the shit out of one of those tight mainframes and all. Said jackpot like a bunch of times. All those ciphers and Bobby Chops, backdoor Trojans and whatnot were no match for my codes. I am quizzically narrowing my eyes trying to solve the joke you are attempting, assuming it even is one. Okay, Jane, what I'm saying is, in the parlance of baking, because I know that's what gets you off, is a fucking cakewalk. Oh. Like, by which, I mean, not to say, the hottest shit haxer bitch you ever knew, as deadly to the corporate grit ass as she is beautiful, which I am, but what I mean is shit wasn't even guarded. It was just some files that were there, unsecured, and I took them. I jacked them right off the intraweb telematris, then applied lipstick, femme fatale style. I was like, shit, yes, I all kinds of know how to use my web browser to download several files. Really? Yeah, so now I got it. If you really want to play, which you shouldn't. That's a bit puzzling. I thought this software was highly proprietary. I told you, she wants us to play. Wants us all to. Part of her big plans. And you're playing right into them. Like, chump. Yes, I know. You made yourself clear. But what doesn't add up about your story is, I believe somebody doesn't want me to play. How else do you explain the recent attempts on my life? Dunno! Someone out there wants the stock price to take a hit. There. Or, it's just more connivings of the witch. So this hypothetical monstrosity wants me to succeed, but also wants me to die? Makes a lot of sense. Wouldn't put it past her. Makes you feel persecuted. Redoubles your determination to play. You advance your plans in whatever incomprehensible way, so suddenly you did everything she needed you to. At which point you become crazy expendable, you know? And she expends you. Like a lot of boon dollars and shitty BC merch. I see. This is sounding less like a crackpot conspiracy theory by the minute. Whatever, all I'm saying is a bunch of stuff that's true to the max. I'll send this file to you, and what you do is up to you. So, you want it now or what? It's tempting, and I'm curious as heck to play it. But the mail should be coming any minute. I've waited this long for it, so I might as well use the official discs addressed to me. When it comes, I do hope you'll change your tune. Not to mention brew yourself a pot of coffee and sober your drunk butt up. My drunk's butt's tune will stay as unchanged and it will remain not drunk. They're my barely coherent words. Oh, that's Mark. Ho ho. Okay, fair enough. But I believe that when we start playing together, you'll come around. Personally, I can hardly contain my excitement over it. If years ago someone told me, which incidentally someone did, that today I would have an exclusive opportunity to play what is absolutely the most cutting-edge, immersive simulation game ever released, developed by a company which has already done so much for the advancement of humanity, I would have said, shucks, Buster, sign me up. Jane. Yes, Jane. What? Jane, did you know that I am utterly in love with the fact that I have a best friend who says things like, shucks, Buster. Shush, you drunkie. Oh. What the fuck? The thing. The flappy thing. Best friend. The flappy swingy doodad. The arm dealy. The dealy, Lalonde, the dealy. What? The goddarn red swingy flappy lever arm thingamabob, whatever it's called, on the mailbox. Breathe, Crocker. Slow breaths like this. I'm breathing regular for your information. It's up. I don't get a lot of mail out here, and I'm no mail expert, but doesn't that mean not the right thing? Like, you're supposed to put it up if you want something taken away, not have the guy put it up if the mail comes? I think your mailman is quite possibly a dumbass. No, who cares about that? The dealy. It's up. It's here. Ah! So fucking LMA, so fucking at this. Be right back. Prepare to retrieve mail. You scamper over to the door. But pause a second to think. Is your dad still washing the car? Hopefully he's still preoccupied so he can sneak out, but it doesn't hurt to be prepared for an encounter. Luckily, that's exactly what you are. Don a clever disguise. Why, is that his loving daughter, or could it be none other than Inspector Jack Close? Mr. Clozu. Mr. Clozo. What are you doing in this household? Can I bake you a cake? Please make yourself comfortable while I go about my business not being suspicious. But wait, perhaps that is not so much the distinguished Inspector Clouseau as it is the world-renowned investigator Hercule Poirot, because the little curly mustache is a lot cuter. The great Poirot in this house, such an honor. I will set the kettle to boil straight away. Poirot? I don't know this person. I don't know the fucking names, chat. You're all making fun of me. I don't even know who this fucking person is. Actual detective? Well, how am I supposed to fucking know that, huh? How do you say it again? It's French? I don't fucking... Look, man, you guys would have killed me if you watched me play in Stars in Time, all right? You would have fucking murdered me for all my mispronunciations. Poirot? All right, got it. That's not a real fucking language. It's made up. All right, all words are made up. The great Poirot in this house? Such an honor. I'll set the kettle to boil straight away. Who would have guessed this home would be so heavily trafficked by a famous French detectives at this time of day? Oh my, the good Poirot appears to be clucking little pleasantries in his adorable French accent through the high-pitched voice of an enthusiastic teen girl, who I'm also voicing to sound slightly like John, except a little higher than that. Also because it's easier on my throat. I surely don't have the heart to ground this upstanding, dapper gentleman, no matter how many dastardly attempts are made on her life. English speaker can't be throwing stones at a language? Alright, what do you want me to do? Talking fucking wingdings for the rest of the stream? You want me to fucking gaster sign language? Here's something you can understand. Let me put up a universal constant. Whoa! How'd this get here? Yeah, this is a really shitty disguise. Exit. You make a cautious motion towards a beckoning... Ow, my eyes! Exit knob. When suddenly the same wild character select screen reapproaches non-threateningly. You note that you still cannot pick one of the shadowy characters, but maybe you haven't been the other guy yet. That means it's time to click him. Or maybe you've already been him, in which case you are done with this thing. The narrative really has no way of knowing. Your ass remains firmly planted in the driver's seat as always. Time to be the other guy. And just like that, back to Jake. What was it you were up to? Oh, right, you were going to pick these dang guns off the floor when you were interrupted by some fleeting, imperceptible thought. You kind of space out sometimes. About those arms. Strive Specibus. ZX pistol kind. Or 2 times, that's a 2. Dual pistol kind. Right, you pick up your twin M9 Berettas. Weapons of choice in an absurd arsenal inherited from an eccentric old woman. Guns are so cool. Your grandma was rad. Examine the holster belt. It is your authentic Tomb Raider sexy thigh strap double holster, complete with cool skull buckle and everything. You like to think you pull it off about as well as Croft herself. Wear it. You like to think that, but in truth, you look ridiculous. You think you probably need shorter shorts to make it work. Probably skin-tight shorts, too. As it is, the cuffs of your baggy shorts kind of get bunched up underneath the thigh straps, which is uncomfortable and makes you look like a tool. Okay, forget it. Better off just keeping it in your Strife deck. You can draw the guns faster from there anyway. Examine bed. You think your bed is some sort of electronic gadget. You're pretty sure those bedpost globes are supposed to glow like light bulbs under certain circumstances. Hello? Bro's quest bed? But you've never been able to figure out what purpose it serves, just more mysterious junk inherited from your eclectic grandma. She also gave you these bed sheets when you were very young, which you adore, but only for sentimental reasons. You aren't too keen on little fucking monsters. Examine posters. Which posters? Your whole room is nothing but posters. Sometimes you find it hard to focus on any one of them. You just relax your eyes and get lost in all the incredible heroes and adventures which exploded from the silver screen and into your bedroom as well as your heart. Movies are so great. You've never seen a movie you didn't like. You're pretty sure. People give you a hard time for that, though. Gosh, you love movies almost as much as you love skulls, and movies that have skulls in them. Oh my god, so wonderful. Scope out those blue chicks. This is your collection of beauties, but you don't call them that to anyone but yourself in private because somehow even you are aware of how dorky that sounds. You are oft times the recipient of a good ribbing from Jane on account of your peculiar fascination with blue movie ladies. You don't have to justify yourself to her, though. What is even her deal? Any fellow would be off his rocker not to fawn over all these bodacious blue knockouts. You want to make out with all of them. Crazy. Insane. Dear sweet. Oh my god, not even the actor name, it's just the fucking character. Dear sweet Neytiri from James Cameron's Avatar. I don't even know if I'm saying that name correctly. I haven't seen this movie since it came out. Is it Neytiri? Well, we saw this movie when it came out in theaters, and I haven't seen it since then. I vaguely remember it was just like the most generic fucking storyline ever. I don't think that was why. Like, Avatar was just like this ridiculously generic movie that had like really good CGI, so everybody was like, you gotta go see this. Yo, Mr. Terra, thank you for the Prime. I mean, yeah, the visuals were awesome, and it was really important because, like, it was marketed as like the return of 3D to movie theaters. That was the big gimmick. That was the reason why so many people went to see it, because it was like the first movie to be like the big, like, you've got to see this in 3D thing. I thought it was going to be Atla. Well, they made an Avatar movie at around that time, too. An adaptation of Last Airbender. I wonder whatever happened to that. It's a good thing that movie got canceled, you know, and it never actually released or anything like that. What? No, they didn't. Oh, if only you were the one that could have overcome his paralysis on an alien adventure planet to become her boyfriend instead of that other guy. Then she could have shown you how to be bold and courageous and stand up to fight for your people, and maybe later, engage in a bizarre extraterrestrial reproductive process involving ponytails and a magical tree, you guess? You'll show that curmudgeon-y Strider, who's just a gigantic, shitty space furry. You will show him what marvelous creatures they are. You'll show him what a daring dream it is to combine the finest qualities of humanity with... But seriously, you've got to stop kissing this stupid poster. Crazy. Yes, that was a waste of time. Definitely. It's definitely not something you spend much time doing whenever you're alone, which is always. Anyway, here are some other great movies. Weekend at Bernie's, classic. You really think John would like this movie, if the things you have heard about him are true. Huh? Guys in cahoots make the silly corpse of Bernie Lomax do zany puppet antics so their schemes can succeed. Guffies, guffaws? I don't know what that means. Aplenty, as you have tried to tell Jade before practically verbatim. Huh? She doesn't much care for great movies like that, but that's all right. You love her anyway, and you think she's a blast. She says you sound just like John when you say stuff like that, though, and that the two of you would get along famously. You can't wait to meet him. Also, there are some Cage flicks there. But who doesn't love a good Cage flick? Nobody is who. Dang, you would kill to get your hands on some authentic Cage movie memorabilia. But that'll probably have to remain a crazy dream. Examine package. Oh, hey! Speaking of John, this is his birthday present. Yo, Draco. Thank you for the prime. What? What? Oh, it was Ghost Rider. Of course. Yeah, because it's a giant flaming skull. He also got National Treasure up there, though. Would you say, when would you say is the most well-known Cage flick? Would you say Ghost Rider? That's the one that comes to my mind first before any of the others. But I know a lot of people think of National Treasure first. I think it's just because I saw Ghost Rider when I was young and it kind of stuck in my mind. What a fucking questionable movie, by the way. Speaking of John, this is his birthday present. It is the project that has been taking up all of your time lately. And today is the deadline to finish it. You have to send it to Jade so that she has the time to ship it to him across the Pacific Ocean. The transmaterializer that you've been using to ship it back and forth is wired to sync up your flow of time with hers, so it's not like you can just take forever with it and send it to the exact time she needs it. You've thought of that, and considering this bunny is probably going back to the early 20th century when she and John were around your age, you figure the mail was extra slow back then. So, there is not a moment to spare. Woo, time stuff is pretty complicated, but you're fairly sure you've got this figured out. So is Jake Jade's pen pal from that one... Remember that one letter that was in the slightly different shade of green? Ah, my God, we had Act 6 seeds all the way back then? That's crazy. I guess I didn't do the right voice for him back then, but in fairness, I mean, I didn't know. I think I just voiced it as Jade because, like, I didn't know, like, who this was. Sure is going to be a sweet gift. Reminds you a lot of the old ratty bunny you inherited from your grandma, who, of course, is exactly who you were collaborating with to make this thing. Time loops make you feel a bit fuzzy in the head, but you've always suspected it could be very well the same bunny. At some point in the early 20th century, Jade gave this robo-rabbit to John, and then later it must have been wound back up with Jade somehow. Then she removed all the robot parts, hung onto it until she was an old woman, and gave it to you. You guess crazier things have happened, like the way you tell this whole project started in the first place. Jade tells you this little rabbit here, or Terry Kaiser as you like to call him, will save John's life. He will be sitting there on some sort of chessboard battlefield in yellow pajamas reading a letter when pow, Kaiser to the rescue. So, you are taking this responsibility very seriously. You have been for years already. In fact, this project gave you a neat idea for what to do for Jane's 13th birthday a couple of years ago. You and your other pals all coordinated gifts, each sending a customized rabbit. Lalonde happened to have another bunny heirloom like yours, and Strider, well, Strider was resourceful as ever. If John enjoys his gift anywhere near as much as Jane did, then it'll be time well spent. There's just one problem. Mr. Kaiser here cannot be completed and tested today without a source of power. You will need a little chunk of uranium to power the robot, and you're fresh out of the stuff. You've been plundering all of your devices for uranium to refuel the transmaterializer, which requires huge amounts of power anytime it sendificates or purifies the package from the past. Seems like you like excessive energy consumption for just a simple time machine. Or seems to you like excessive energy consumption for just a simple time machine, but what do you know, unless it's doing something besides shipping it across time? You cannot imagine what, though. You really should have remembered to ask Jade for some uranium in your last letter to her. Now you're in a fix. You even yanked the uranium out of your cookalizer and refrigerator. You haven't had a decent meal in weeks. Just a lot of canned food from the ruins. This project has been difficult enough as it is without the additional bumps in the road like this. You aren't really the best guy at building machines. Jade has been a big help, but she says she couldn't do this alone. As much as it troubles your pride to admit, this project wouldn't be possible without help from your other two technologically savvy friends. And you are slowly coming to the regrettable conclusion that you will not be able to solve this uranium dilemma without asking for Strider's assistance. He's your best bro and all, but the dude never makes anything easy. Take the money. You stash Terry in your puzzle modus. It's quite a handy modus, allowing you to capture log objects of any size as long as you can fit them in a finite space by maneuvering the cards around like a big game of Tetris. You like it because it keeps you sharp for solving any puzzles you might find whenever you go out raiding hollowed tombs, which is never. The bunny fits in okay, but it's a tight squeeze. Huh. That's cute. Yeah, I was about to say that's just the Resident Evil inventory. I was just about to say that, Powers. This is just the old school Resident Evil inventory. I gotta play those games, man. That's a series of games I have never played a Resident Evil game. That's like one of those, no way I'm missing that kind of series, you know? Really? I grew up a Nintendo kid, so just never had access to it. The space in your inventory is mainly hogged up by one incredibly huge thing. You guess you should get rid of it, but you can't shake the feeling you might need it someday, and you don't want to risk ditching it and be caught with your pants down later. Holy fuck, look how big that one thing is. Comically large item. Examine comics. On your work table, there are a few comic books starring your favorite heroine of all, Spider-Girl. You don't know what it is, but there's something about a girl who has spidery powers and a sassy attitude that's just so cool to you. It's another quirky fact about you that definitely doesn't have any greater significance and never will. First of all, we're having an ad break. Listen, okay, I know this is about, it's about, you know, a Homestuck character. Obviously. But if you just read this completely flat without any knowledge of Homestuck at all, making a joke about having Spider-Girl in your room, especially after Spider-Verse releases, is like the most telltale sign that you're a closeted trans person ever. I think Spider-Gwen is just like the fucking like poster child for trans femme characters at this point. I mean, the movies sort of like pretty majorly hint at it, so. I mean, her universe has the color scheme all over the place. There's a very, very verbatim like poster in her room. And her story is kind of an allegory for all that, you know. It's not subtle. It's not like explicit, but it isn't like particularly subtle. Really good movie, by the way. Both the Spider-Verse movies. I can't wait for the third one. All right, moving on now. Ads over. Take the comics. Horse feathers. Forcing the comics into your puzzle Siladex knocked out a bunch of other crap. You've seriously got to reorganize this thing. What were you even thinking capture logging all those bullets one at a time anyway? Well, as long as one of your preposterously numerous computers is spilled out of your Siladex, you might as well stop procrastinating and contact Strider to... Hang on, maybe later. We've got, you again. Hello there, darling. Ahoy, Matt. Oh, right, wait, we're both British. Okay. This is gonna take some getting used to. Hello there, darling. Hello there, darling. Ahoy, madam. I don't relish troubling you with more arm twisting. I'm sure for all I've done, you've had a pretty jolly good workout already. But you'll be ready to deliver the package today, yes? I'm determined as ever to see this through. But, as usual, events have conspired to make a boondoggle of the prospect. I think I might be fucked. Oh, how so? Terry needs fuel and I don't have any left. I think I am at Strider's dubious mercy for a solution yet again. I will have to ask him for help, and soon. Well, there you go, love. Better hop to it. Yes, I will. But also, there's the matter of the rabbit's armaments. I don't imagine he'll do a lot of freaking good in helping Grandfather Crocker from kicking the old bucket without them. Did you not say you'd supply these? I did indeed say so. And I've already done. You did? When? In your future. I relayed the information enabling you to create the powerful weaponry yourself, and you did. You then sent them back in time. You may recover them in the ruins, which, conveniently, is where you must go to ship the package once and for all. Bang up plan we hatched, you dunce fancy. I see. Yes, it sure is if that's the case. Then all that's left to do is find power for it. Oh, and enough power for the stupid Transmateria Bob. Ugh. So much to do before shuttling this goddamn thing into the past. I mean, that is what I'm doing, right? Giving it to my grandma when she was a kid growing up on the same island I did. That is somewhat close to the truth, and I can see how you would draw that conclusion, but there's more to it you don't understand yet. You will sort it out in time. These are among the dad-blasted causal spoilers you refuse to dish out. Somewhat. It wouldn't hurt you much to know the truth, I imagine. It's just the truth is a wee bit complicated. Perhaps a draft of the cascading sequence from which your reality has arisen will put your mind at ease. Imagine two universes, A and B. Now imagine there are two instances of each universe, A1, A2, and B1 and B2. The first instance of each is like a test run. That does not quite succeed. The second instance, though, will meet all of its purposes. Now consider that A1 begets A2, A2 begets B1, and B1 begets B2. And the participants of B2 are the ones who will make an effort to exit all this turbulence and falderal. You are one of them, and your young ancestor is another, though she is presently stationed in B1. And yes, she is in the past, though not quite as far as you believe, nor does she occupy the same stream of continuity. I'm not sure I completely followed that, but okay. That's the best I can do for now, primarily because I will not risk wasting much more of your time. So, are you still in contention that I will meet our elders as youths? Oh yes! Haha! Then I will be traveling through time. I knew it. Or they will be, whichever it is. Which is it, by the way? Causal spoilers, Sir English. Given the nature of the quest waiting for you, it wouldn't be shrewd of me to rule out the employment of time travel by any individual, but I will say you're probably prey to a basic misapprehension about the nature of this rendezvous. It will not take place on Earth, it will happen inside the game you're about to play. Oh, well shit. Indeed. This is frightfully exciting. I would love to meet them. I never got to know my grandma very well, and it always seemed like she led an amazing and adventurous life. Then this seemed to be proven true in my correspondence with her. So I'm really looking forward to it. So true. I'd pay a hefty ransom to get to know my forebears. I remember you mentioned your race doesn't really jive with ours, familiarly speaking. Correct. I have never knew those who would identify as my parental equivalents. It is in the way my race propagates. Our ancestors precede us by millennia. Well, yes, ours do too, but generally, we have all these other people in between them and the most recent ones, are called parents. So I guess you do not have those, like systemically? Nope, never did. Well, neither did I. Miss Alien, I think we are like birds of a feather, you and I. When do I get to learn your name, by the way? Truthfully, it could be for the best that you never know it. It could stir up some things best left in their present equilibrium. And now that I think I should bollocks off and leave you to it. But wait, there are still some things I'd like to know. About today, about this game. No more procrastinating. Contact your friend, darling. Yes, fine, I will, but just please tell me in the least causally spoiler way possible. What are we even trying to accomplish here? What is even the rootin' tootin' point of this game? I think you'll have more fun than you can imagine finding out. But as stated concisely, and short of spoilery as you so charmingly put it, your objective today is to pave the way for the arrival of gods. Mwah. Unearth more computers. Oh my god. Ugh. Whew. If you're going to message your good bro, you might as well use a more comfortable computing device. You always found the husk top to be a little clunky. Way too hands-on. Here are just a few at your disposal. Your grandma was always an advocate of thorough preparedness. She would strongly advise staying not only armed to the teeth, but well equipped in the computational department. You've been taught that you should really carry no less than 5 computers on you at all times, like a sensible person. Don computers. Oh. You put on a few of your more ostentatious devices. Luckily, or unfortunately, you grew up alone, so there was never anyone around to point out how ridiculous you look. That's an interesting outfit you got there, Jake. These were also inherited from your grandma. In addition to being quite the globe-trotting adventuress, she was rather enterprising as well. Her company made many products like this to compete with the corporation owned by the cruel baroness who raised her. Sadly, BC Corp eventually crushed her company and forced her into exile. You have always hoped that when Jane takes over that foul conglomerate, she will right all of its unspeakable wrongs. You know she will. You believe in her, after all. Message your good bro. GT began pestering. Tamias testified. TT. Bro, are you there? I hate to be a pest about this, and I know I've made a haughty trouble of myself a good deal lately. State your business, Jake. Should I just give him the exact same voice that Dave has? Would that be funny? Similar but distinct. Okay, I'll do like before Jake was kind of like, or not Jake, fuck. Dave was kind of like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, yeah, that was pretty ironic, bro. So this will be like, state your business, Jake. All uptight, like serious, monotone, cool monotone. State your business, Jake. I should preface this request for the overture of appreciation for how much your cool and brotherly friendship means to me. It has just been absolutely bully having a stand-up gent like you in my corner. Just a grade A dude who's a cut above the others in class and camaraderie. Whew. Gross. I hope this shit isn't coming across as platitudinous. I really mean it. Take it easy, Bromide. Just about the only way I could salvage endearment from this perilous slope of horseshit would be to discover, really fucking soon, mind you, it was a preamble to some floundering invitation for me to rush to your vicinity as nakedly as possible. But since we've already shot that wad's eventuality on so many dry runs of flustered ambivalence that were as hilarious as they were one-sided, that leaves only one hope for this message to avoid spiraling towards qualification as a critical fucking defect in the whole of the Mach 10 rocket that is my precious spare time. And that hope lies in the extent to which you were practicing artful insincerity. Now is your opportunity to pretend that's what you were gunning for. I suggest you seize it. Oh, yes, but of course. The ironies. Good grief, how I was bandying them just now. You know me, dude. Blow smoke off a red-hot irony pistol. Non-suggestively. Yeah. Okay, nice. Now that your obsequious preface has been established as indisputably entertaining for all the right reasons, and intentionally so, let's bear down on these dire as shit needs you've got. I'm guessing you're probably jonesing for uranium right about now, no? Pshaw! As if I would ever be so reckless with the stuff. I would have been mighty irresponsible to run out already. No, I'm all set in the uranium department, and really, when you take a look at the big picture, you'll find I am sitting pretty when it comes to just about any radioactive isotope you could mention. However, my backup reserves that I keep strictly for emergencies are running a little lean. You know what my grandma taught me about preparedness. Tugs at colorful lapels. You're out of uranium. It's basically mathematically impossible. That's not why you're contacting me. Christ, what an insufferable awesome friend you are. Okay, can you please just sendificate me some more already? I'm kind of in a hurry. You do know my offer still stands. What? You know, I've offered to construct the rabbit for you many times before. I would craft a much deadlier model. Oh, I know you would. It's just... Damn it, man, I've told you this is something I have to do myself. It's a promise I made to Jade, and I'm going to live up to it, even if I'm not the best or second best RoboSmith I know. Yeah, I know this is your policy. You've done a good job, and you should be proud. But it's my responsibility as your friend to offer one last time. Just as it's my responsibility not to just fork over a bunch of uranium because you asked me in a moment of weakness. Frig! Why not? It's too easy. And you yourself are the one staking pride in this. If you were half-assing this project and made some slovenly plea for it, I'd just say, fuck it. Here's a lot of green rocks, dude. Go nuts. Okay, then. I'm half-assing it. Look, see? Only a bisected bottom is present. Where the other half is, you ask? Why, it's nowhere to be found. I didn't use it. Nope, not buying it. I know that every ounce of your premium behind can be accounted for in that rabbit. There's no goddamn denying it. And you know perfectly well where some more uranium can be located. Jesus Christmas, you are such a fucking douche. It seems you think I'm a fucking douche. That's your opinion, I guess. That's cool. I knew you were going to suggest this. I don't even know why I bothered asking. Strider, why must you always be such an obstinate stick in the mud? It seems that you consider me to be, no less than 100% of the time, an obstinate stick in the mud. I unironically respect your position on this matter. Hey, let's continue to exchange ideas. Wait, it seems? What? Oh, for fuck's sake. Is something the matter, Jake? This is your auto-responder! Look at that statement you just made. It's time for me to respond with some words, ideally chosen and arranged in a way that will wreck your shit in a subtle and psychologically devastating way. Har, har, har. Wow, I can't believe Strider used Chat GPT. Unbelievable. Chat GTT. I can't believe blank Strider, whose name I definitely don't already know, would ever use Chat GTT. That's unbelievable. This is how Apple wants you to use LLMs. I can't believe Dirt. I mean, what? No. Who? I don't know who that is. Slip of the tongue. Har, har, har. Just so ironic. Quotes, quotes, quotes. I'm laughing my caboose straight off the tracks. A lot of families just died in the tragic derailment. Okay, the caboose remark was actually pretty funny, Jake. If I truly were what you say I am, I wouldn't be able to feel the human emotions of joy and laughter, no. Laughter isn't an emotion, Dick Prince. I think you should back up your claims with proof before you go heaving around such accusations. Man, it's so flipping obvious. You start getting kind of extra technical and vague and automaton-like, and kind of aloof and brusque. I mean, even aloofier and bruskier than usual. Also, you use the phrase, it seems a lot. It's so silly, it really blows the AI immersion, man. Bullshit. I'm being like the perfect dude right now. A fully fucking legitimate human being. Okay then, check this out, Mr. Legit Human Dude. Excuse me, sir, not to be a bother, but could you please tell me about this Strider Fellow's autoresponder? It seems you have asked about this DS's chat client autoresponder. This is the application designed to simulate DS's otherwise inimitably rad typing style, tone, cadence, personality, and substance of retort while he is away from the computer. The algorithms are guaranteed to be 96% indistinguishable from DS's native neurological responses based on some statistical analysis I basically just pull out of my ass right now. You see? What if I was just fucking with you there? Would it really be so unthinkable for a human to type that? Because you always say shit like that after I catch up to your games. You, as in the autoresponder. Unimpressed. Logical fallacies are as pervasive throughout your argument as your antiquated verbal tics. Oh yeah? Tell me about the autoresponder. Make it snappy, shit. Whoa! Whoa! I'm not going to say that word out loud. It's completely fine, but I don't want to say that word out loud because YouTube's auto mod might pick it up as something else. +0, yeah. It seems you have asked about DS's chat client autoresponder. This is an application designed to simulate DS's otherwise inimitably rad typing style, tone, cadence, personality, and substance of retort while he is away from the computer. The algorithms are guaranteed to be 93% indistinguishable from DS's native neurological responses based on some statistical analysis I basically just pulled out of my ass right now. Gee, dude, you sure typed that exact same thing pretty fast. Are you still fucking with me? It could be a coincidence that I typed the same answer. It's not the same answer. It's a different percentage. You always type that answer! It could be a coincidence that I always type the same answer. Ugh, I can't stand this. Every time we do this and I just wind up whistling Sweet Dixie out of my bumhole. This is pointless. I'm not having this conversation unless it's with my real-life friend. The one with human feelings who isn't a pretend person inside sunglasses. Okay, but I'm pretty sure he's going to share my position on the matter. He's just so infuriating sometimes, or at least his responder is. Okay, the real Strider is too. There's barely any difference between them anyway. The responder just uses a few more generic response templates. Even those, you suspect the AI is savvy enough to use on purpose for the sake of irony or to get a rise out of you or whatever. That silicon bastard knows damn well what it's doing. You shed this ridiculous outfit because you look like an idiot. It's time to get serious here. No more fooling around. You need a more dignified looking computer. A thinking man's computer. Hold it with the robot slurs. Now, silicon bastard's kind of funny. That gives me like Frieza vibes. Like when Frieza calls Goku a simian bastard. Simian bastard. That's so much more creative. Where's Skulltop? Much better. You look like you mean business. Also, Hussy calling the Lord English design stupid is hilarious. No sign of Lalonde online. No surprise there. You wonder if Jane knows where your bro's at. You should try to cool your jets before talking to her. Today is a special day she's been looking forward to for a long time, and she's probably on a cloud 9. You wouldn't want to ruin it for her. All right, this is the exact same conversation we already read, so we're just going to skip this. Yeah, since you could pick these in either order, both the conversation has to be there twice. Yep. You are curious about Jane's dream. Sounds like it almost certainly has to do with your imminent adventure. You have to remember to get the scoop on that a little later. For now, you have other worries that need your focus. You have to go downstairs to check something out. You are pretty sure you know what you're going to find, though. You almost trip on the vine creeping up the stairs. Stupid vine. It's too bad your grandma's dead. She always had a way with keeping the flora in check. Oh my fucking god, the pumpkin. Yeah, just like you thought. Empty. The thing is out there somewhere, waiting for you. Oh god. Speak of the devil fucking Dickens. Answer Strider. Hey, it's me. Oh, hey. The autoresponder, I mean. Damn it, what is it now? I'm just wondering if you still have your stupid old-fangled bleh in a twist. Because that's the sort of thing you would say. In regard to what exactly? To my proposal. Well, our proposal. To whose proposal now? Man, what are you even prattling on about? Mine and DS's. It's a joint proposal. I'm always authorized to speak on his behalf because I'm basically fucking him. Huh? I am him. And try not to take those last 4 words as a clustered literal sentiment. That would be lame and unfunny. You mean making the rabbit for me? No, I know you don't want that. I meant recommendation for how to go about procuring a new supply of uranium. Operation U-235 Procurement. Codename Big Man Has the Rock. How did you just pronounce recommendation? Oh, it is recommendation. Jesus Christ. For some reason, the word just like, I don't know why, it like looked weird to me. I have no idea why I read that weirdly. Yeah, it's clearly recommendation. Sometimes you just get, I'm reading too much British. Sometimes you gotta put the sexy in dyslexia. Are you hitting on me? Read it like an AI would. This guy fucking sucks at Homestuck. This guy fucking sucks at Homestuck. Look how they can't even navigate the fucking words correctly. Oh yeah, I've thought about it. Even went downstairs to check the great vaulty doodad, and predictably the infernal contraption is nowhere to be found. Well yeah, Jake, that's sort of the point. Throw the hunt and all. I thought you liked to manicure the image of a dude who shits his pants over a good adventure. I do. I mean, I wouldn't put it in a way like that or come out against the solid policy of clean trousers, but adventure's just awesome. I just prefer the idea of adventures which I can actually win. It seems you're conflating adventure with bodies necessarily governed by the result of victory or defeat. Any useless fuckwit knows it's all about the journey. Well, I don't know. It seems there is a 76.1039578.4% chance you are pussying out on me. Are you pussying out on me, Jake? It seems there's a 1,000,000% chance that you say it seems way too much and do it just to sound more like a lame robot from a movie and also probably just to piss me off. And it seems there is a billion% chance that you're a shitty, stubborn jerk of a program who won't even listen to reason. And if that there's even a 1% chance my real life friend would be cool and help me out there, then I think I like those freaking odds. It appears that you are upset. The autoresponder observed in the least artificially infuriating way possible. Have you ever stopped to think that while I may be bound to possess or process the inside the glasses of a real and incredibly cool guy, my algorithms in cognitive totality comprise a conscious entity not far short of the experimental and emotional complexity of a human being? Oh, malarkey! You are a tin can! Robots don't have feelings! I think you knowingly confuse the field of robotics and artificial intelligence to engender some sort of cavalier attitude about technology that a rough and tumble guy who's all about brawling and fisticuffs would probably have. And if this is cultivated to humorous effect, then I commend you. But you're wrong. I do have feelings, and you're shitting on them. It sucks. Oh! I'm sorry then if that's the case. No problem. It can just be difficult to drum up sympathy for a program that presents itself as an imposter so often. Maybe if you weren't so ready to insist you were the genuine article all the time, or it didn't make it confusing for me. I think it would be best if we henceforth treated you as a totally distinct, thing from my buddy. And then I could respect your emotional robo feelings, and you could respect my sometimes maybe I just want to talk to my bro without a lot of spurious hijinks. Can we agree to that? Is this a counter proposal? To what? To my earlier proposal. Oh, yeah, fine, I guess. Man, where is he anyway? Is he taking one of the legendary infinite showers? What can I say? Dude fancies his ablutions. Frig, okay. Whatever, I guess it's time to prepare for the thrill of the hunt. Fuck yes. But seriously, that brobot has been the bane of my existence ever since you sent it. I didn't send it. I sent the parts. Or correction, DS sent them. You then assembled it. You are therefore complicit in your own spectacular daily humiliations. Yeah, whatever. You wanted somebody to wrestle with. DS was being a kick-ass bro, if you ask me. I didn't expect it to be nigh impossible to spar with. You know damn well there are adjustable difficulty settings. I have always recommended setting it to novice, as has DS. Yes, I know. I've tried that. Yeah. It's just, well, when he's pulling punches and taking it all easy and such, and we start wrestling up a storm and whatnot, what? It's just that the whole proceeding seems to become a bit tender for my liking. I don't understand. Isn't that what you want from a novice setting? Sparring with minimal discomfort? No, I know. It's all fine and dandy, martially speaking. Just the way he sort of... man, it's so awkward trying to convey this. Just never mind. No, I think I get it. You're saying you're somehow dissatisfied with the ad break. This is Taco Bell's 3-for-1 combo with the new Mountain Dew Baja Blast Midnight. Obey. Did you know that you can get the new Honda Civic for 0% APR, $29,000, which is fucking ridiculous, might I add. When I was first car shopping, Honda Civics were like $20,000. Those shits went up by like $10,000 in 8 years. Consume. I mean, it's frankly fucking preposterous. At least the new Toyota Corollas, which you can also get for 0% APR, by the way, cease reproduction, are like hybrids nowadays. I was going to reproduce, but for some reason I don't want to anymore. Elon Musk fucking hates this stream. Is the word ad correct? It is, half-bred. Why is that word forbidden? Because people whine and moan and bitch about it. Whenever they come up when I'm like in the middle of an Undertale speedrun, people be like, I'm getting audible ads for the series that shall not be named. Harry Potter? I'm trying to figure out what that one is. Hazbin Hotel. They need a new audiobook. Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Dumbledore asked calmly. All right, the ads are over. Let's continue. No, I think I get it. You're saying you were somehow dissatisfied within the presence of my robotic avatar's personal space. Was there an odor problem? Was the metal too hot to the touch? Help me out. No, really, never mind. This is bullshit, Jake. We had a pact. You were gonna tiptoe all the fuck around my brittle feelings. Totally mind the shit out of those eggshell-riddled motherfuckers. Oh, come on, dude. What does the guy have to do, Jake? You want to wrestle. He's fucking game. Just a man, a machine, a secluded tropical island. Sounds like you died and went to fucking heaven if you asked me. Seriously, what does this simple, loyal brobot have to do to prove his worth to you? What does he have to do to make you at ease with the alkaline sting of his gentle robo-group? I really want you to know. Maybe you should just rip his heart out of his chest and pound it into the green gravel there in the jungle with his hella strong robot arm. Invoke onomatopoeia, pound asterisk, some ridiculously precise value retrieved at an astonishing speed from my rad neural net. Check it out. Little green rocks all over the goddamn place. More than you could ever hope to cram in a shoddy metal rabbit or any other pliable orifice from which might be convenient. Because clearly it's up to a soulless droid to feel emotions for the both of us, you callous, corporeal carbon ape, all trotting around with your fancy fucking DNA and shit. But gosh, does your bros ever make a fella feel uncomfortable? Bros. Oh, right, my mistake. You know what? I've just decided. If the Brobot's novice setting makes you uneasy, I'm going to disable it remotely. Done. Now you got nothing to worry about. Aw, man, but now he'll be impossible. Happy hunting, Jake. Fucking shucks, Buster. Okay, if he wants happy hunting, you will give him the happy hunting. Happily. Exit. You make a careful motion with tentative shoe towards the Egris case, when suddenly that darn wild character select screen accosts you benignly without notice. You still can't pick a shadowy guy, but maybe you haven't been the other girl yet. Better click her. But if you've already been her already, there's really no point to this thing anymore. It's time to move on. Okay, I'm done here. Moving on. You're suddenly Jane again. Or you suddenly kept being Jane. Who can say for sure? Hopefully your dad is still out back washing the car. Ideally, this is one of his legendary infinite car washes. What can you say? Dad fancies his automotive ablutions. While he is preoccupied, you should be able to sneak downstairs and grab the mail undetected. The perfect crime? You bet. You slip the hallway Sarah a furtive wink for good luck. Oh my god, can't stop burping. Ooh! Examine portrait. Just one of your dad's bland hallway douchebags. Who's this douchebag? Another example of his cornball. Oh, cornball! They said the word! Dad tastes, which makes you roll your eyes and shrug. Still, it's preferable to how it used to be. Years ago, he would work really hard to mimic your interests throughout the household. Gaudy paintings of sitcom legends covering the walls, hideous detective figurines littered everywhere. You think it's better that he embrace his own interests rather than try to pander to yours. It felt a bit forced, and your early teen years were filled of daily rounds of familial strife. Not so much anymore. Now, whenever there is a father-daughter disagreement, you settle things in an adult fashion by being honest about your feelings and talking it through, and also by sneaking around the house in silly disguises. There's a familiar face, a friendly face, old Pop-Pop Crocker, smiling from beyond. Your dad sure misses him. He doesn't like to talk about the day that he died, some incident involving a tall bookshelf, a ladder, and a mysterious young woman in a suspicious-looking hat. You often fantasize about putting on your dirty old fedora and your Francesca-looking mustache to go tracking down this felonious broad and bring her to justice. But your felonious broad is crazy. But your dad always says best to let sleeping dogs lie. Oh, Frenchest. I see. I misread this. I saw this as an A. I was like, what the fuck is a Franchest? Like, Frenchest. There's some other plucky-looking tool there next to him. Don't know who that guy is. Proceed downstairs, Weird Row Jingle. Another hard-boiled Anderson. Even though your dad isn't overbearing while the detective nonsense anymore, he decided to leave this one here for old time's sake. It brings back memories of a very short-lived stint as a private eye. It turns out the police aren't as grateful as you'd think when ordinary citizens go roughing up a lot of crooks. Go to the front door. You were afraid this might be the case. Your dad has blocked the front door with the refrigerator. Looks like he's taking the grounding seriously this time. Check the window. He padlocked the windows, too. You'd bet $boonbucks to donuts that the back door is blocked too. Probably with the safe from the study or something. The man means business this time. You aren't about to go smashing glass and making a ruckus though. You'll need a solution involving more stealth. You guess you have a plan in mind as a last resort, but you'd rather it not come to that. Consult with Pop-Up. You figure a little wisdom from your elder couldn't hurt. It practically went without saying your dad keeps Pop-Pop stuffed and mounted in front of the fireplace, as is the family tradition. Pop-Pop grew with his legendary humorist grandfather stuffed in front of the fireplace, and so did his grandfather. This was stipulated firmly in the will as the end of a long list of joke stipulations. Dad knew this was a real stipulation, though. It looks familiar. You always did find it a little macabre, though, trying to watch TV and eat dinner on the couch with a dead old man standing about 5 feet away. You honestly prefer he not be kept here in the living room. Sometimes you tell Dad you really want Pop-Up in the attic. He says the mere fact that you call it that tells him you're not ready. What's that, Pop-Up? It seems he's concerned that you may not be properly equipped. You proved to him that you indeed had no intention of leaving the house without your trusty joke book. Yes, I am going out with this book. No, I will not go get even an unabridged copy. No, I will not take yours. I can hardly even lift it. Oh, that is so preposterous. Do you hear what you're saying? I'll be fine. This is a perfectly funny book, and it contains many incredibly funny jokes. Oh, will you just stop it? I'm going now. Good day. On second thought, take his book. You just remembered something your alien friend said about the big book downstairs, entrusting words written by your own hand. What the heck did she mean by that? Oh, whoops. Sorry, Pop-Up. Retrieve arm. Better pick that up. You'll try to repair it later before Dad sees it and blows a gasket. Read inscription again. Colonel Sasker's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery. Dear John, you are no blah 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 blah. You are no doubt reading this. Ah, yes, the Nana. Is your friend suggesting that you were the one who wrote this inscription? You find that idea a bit hard to swallow. Still, your friends are always babbling about time travel. You always thought that this inscription... Dear John. Oh my gosh, throwback. What page was this? Page 759. Oh, it was right before Act 3. Yeah, that's right. Was written to your pop-up by his Nana, who is your great-great-grandmother, founder of the corporation you'll inherit in a few years. The message has always been a fascinating mystery to you, and probably was to him as well. From the way it's written, it seems like it was intended for him to receive after her death. She talks about a journey he's supposedly meant to go on. You wonder if that adventure ever took place, or if the note was just one last jape by an old woman from a proud family of pranksters. She goes on about many fantastical-sounding things like he supposedly would have found on his journey, like agents, exiles, underlings, denizens, and heirs of breath, and seers of light, and stuff like that. Wait, didn't your friend mention those too? In any case, this message to pop up from his sweet old Nana is the best evidence you have to dispute all this evil Batterwitch nonsense. She clearly cared for her grandson very much, and would never start a company responsible for the things it's accused of, let alone be alive today to perpetrate them. But then, what if she wasn't the one who wrote it? This thought makes you very nervous. You suddenly remember your dream. What did it mean? You should talk to Jake about all this. Father Jake. Jay, how goes the bunny quest? I've barely even begun. Tell me about it. You're off to a sluggish start then too, I gather. Dad has the whole house in full fatherly lockdown mode. Talk about blowing a few measly assassination attempts way out of proportion. So I'm currently mulling over my next move. What is it that has you hamstrung? Did you ever track down the slippery Mr. Strider? Not exactly. His stupid doppelglasses have sent me on a wild goose chase to go pry his dumb robot's chest open and swipe its uranium. Sounds dangerous. No shit. I think I'd rather deal with the monsters. Why is it that our two best friends in the world always seem to place themselves at the source of all our problems, while simultaneously presenting them their only solutions? I know, right? I'm debating whether or not to enlist his help in the matter of my current imprisonment, but I'd rather keep it as a plan of last resort. Don't do it, Jane. It's a trap. We'll see. So, I take it you're out and about now? Hell no. I spent so much time haggling with those confounded shades, I'm only leaving my room just now. Right. Well, not to keep you too long, since we both have our missions ahead of us, but I wanted to tell you about that dream I had. Oh yeah, I was curious about that. Tell me everything and make it snappy. Whips up a bucket of freshly popped corn. Whew. Okay, but I should say the nature of the dream was a bit worrisome, and I'm concerned it may have implications for the game we're about to play, so it's probably best if I tell you about it before you, leave. Well, shoot. Okay, lay it on me, Jane. Ah, Prospect. I woke up on the planet which we had been told about by our mutual acquaintance, the one colored in golden cities. Prospect, remember? Oh, wouldn't it be Prospect's moon? Yes, you're right. It was the moon, actually. I could see the planet on the dark horizon. I was dressed in a golden dress, like some sort of nightgown, and I could fly. I left my bedroom, which was at the top of a tall tower. Surrounding me were the gold cities, just as described. Behind the skyline was darkness, but just above was a blue, bright sky and puffy white clouds. That was Skya. Yes, probably. Are you sure I haven't woken up there before? Ha, I wish. I have received reports from Jade about this as well. She liked to talk about her dreams on Prospect's moon a lot. I see. The impression I have developed is that this is supposed to be a real place, and all who dream there have shared experiences. Did Jade ever mention seeing us there? No, but why would she? This was long before we were born. She was dreaming there like 100 years ago or something. Anyway. I explored the moon and began to notice people gathering in the streets, but they weren't human. They were funny-looking, perfectly white creatures. Yeah, those are prospidians. They have these hard carapace shells and also have something to do with chess, I think. Well, I don't know if they had much to do with chess here. The more closely I observed, the more they appeared somewhat despondent. Like, sad? Yes, I determined they were in mourning, actually. Hey, Jane, you said I was in this dream. Where do I come in? Shush, I'm getting there. More and more prospidians were filing out of the buildings every moment. They all began to form a single major procession. When I got closer, I could see that they were in tears. I realized it was a funeral. I heard whispers, but I couldn't quite make out what they were saying, so I got closer. They were all saying the same thing over and over. The page is dead, our hope is lost. The page? Who's that? Jake, the page was you. Oof. The baby is you. I mean, the page is you. Oh. Drat, are you sure? Yes, I saw your body lying in a sort of coffin on a bed of flowers. You were dead as a doornail. Everyone was so distraught, including me. But before I could get too horribly upset, let alone make sense of any of it, I woke up. I, of course, immediately wanted to tell you all about it. But it was still well before sunrise for you, and you were surely still asleep. Then, as the day went on, I guess I became distracted by other things. You know how it is. I hope I'm not too late to warn you, though to be frank, I don't have the foggiest clue what it is I'm warning you about. Dear Jake, oh please, do try not to have already died in my dream? Likely while you were sleeping, perhaps peacefully? Haha, yeah, I see your point. Still, I think you'll agree that it's to be viewed as a troubling omen. I care for you very much, and I don't know what I'd do if I lost you both in my dreams and here in this world. So for whatever good it does, just please be extra careful out there today. Roger that, Janie. And, same goes for you about being careful with those various rogues accosting you with the foul play lately and whatnot. Because, well, I sure do care a lot about you too. I hope you know that. Hooray, will do. Now let's get this silly old adventure off to the races before the coat of dust it's growing gets any thicker. Booyah. Okay, good luck, Jane, and keep me posted. See ya. Pumpkin. Examine the pumpkin patch. Although these pumpkin vines are amazingly prolific, every morning when you leave your bedroom, you swear half the pumpkins vanished overnight. It's probably just the fauna eating them. Not that it matters, because they keep growing right back. It wasn't always overgrown like this. When you first discovered the transmaterializer, you started messing around with it haphazardly. You kept purifying pumpkins from somewhere. It was just pumpkin after pumpkin until one time a copy of the bunny you inherited from Grandma showed up. Much less old and tattered, of course. All that fooling around was before you realized how precious this fuel would be. Such a waste of good uranium. So you're telling me all of the pumpkins disappearing was him? What pumpkin? Chekhov's pumpkin is crazy. You brought all the surplus pumpkins home and left them lying about. Then the seeds sprouted and started growing out of control. You guess that's what happens when you introduce non-indigenous flora into the wilderness. Be completely oblivious to the thing in the background. Oh my god, look at that sick fucking dragon-looking thing. You successfully failed to notice it. Wait, notice what? You don't even know what you're talking about here. But it doesn't matter for now because suddenly a wild chum assails you with banter. Answer, Lalonde. Holy shit, Jay. Okay. Howdy. What's all the commotion about? Nothing. Just your basic run-of-the-mill holy shit. Also, hi. Ah, okay then. Hello it is. Also, wanna know, What do you want for your wiggling day? I'm not really abreast of the raddest jargon that the cool kids toss around these days. Maybe because I live alone on an island. I don't know, but in any case, are you referring to my upcoming birthday? Yes. I see. Very thoughtful for you to consider so early. I don't wager I could advise with much specificity, but I can all but assure you I will find any gesture of yours to be totally capital. You're so fucking adorable. Rings a kerchief with perspiring mitts. Yoink, nabs kerchief and stops RPing for the rest of the chat. I was only bringing it up because so much in advance because of the end of the world about to happen and all. And then I wouldn't get the chance. Unless we play this game like a bunch of suckers, obviously, and I'll meet up in there and everything. Which would totes kick ass, totes. But if you want to know what I think, yes. Do ya? I want to know what you think, because I always want to know, because you're always smart and sassy. That's dude. Anyway, I really don't think we should. Should what now? Play the game. Why not? The Baroness wants us to. I don't know why. Everything I know about it says it should be a good game and real important, and let us get together and do something great and best friends for maybe eternity. But she took all that and twisted it somehow. All I know is she's banking on us doing this, and she needs us to do this, then it's gotta make something fucking horrible happen. Horror Bible. Horror Bible. Bullseye. Well, Horror Bibles notwithstanding, I have it on terrific authority that playing this game will be incredibly important. So perhaps you're right, maybe we are part of her evil plan, but does that also necessarily rule out that good will come of it? I guess not. I just have a bad feeling. Maybe I'm like this nutty-ass bitch twirling yarn from shit wizard's nappy brown beard, but I can't bring myself to trust a cake-selling genocidal alien overlord sea queen. Never mind. That sentence check out. Agreed. So what's the itinerary again? Who's what? Regarding the game. Who's playing in what order, etc. Oh, is there such an itinerary? Yes, I think so. So I think it's going like, I start with Jane and bring her into the session, and then DS brings me in, and then you bring him in, and then Jane does you and closes the loop. Where are you getting this intel? Did you guys make a plan or something? Don't worry about it. Do you want me to set you up with the files now? Ooh, those illicit hacked wares, which I Hartel were recently jimmied piping hot off the interclouds. I love that you were basically even joking with that statement. Yeah, basically. The silicon pickpocket strikes again. Whom's the wiser? Nobody. Okay, I'll send it, but... Yeah? Jake? What? Jake! You're wearing one of your dumb computers now, aren't you? You're all think-typing at me right now while wearing something ridiculous. Ridiculous, high-five to self. Hogs wallop, why would you even think that? That's so stupid. I'm not letting either of you run this file on your shitty brainwashy propaganda helmets or anything you gotta wear to run. 'Tis my one condition. Fair enough. When I get back from my errand, I'll situate myself at the trusty old husk top. Acceptable? Yes. Then you've decided to play in spite of your reservations? I don't know, I guess. Bravo! Don't all bravo at me, man. You're just bravoing a big-ass shrug. I mean, maybe. I have every reason to want to play it. I'm actually dying to play it, okay? I mean, you believe me, right? About the bad shit that could happen? Of course I do. What sort of friend would I be if not? Okay, well, let's say that to Jane. She has her ways. I believe they're not incongruous with those of an intelligent and discerning young woman. Ah, Christ, what a gentleman. Fix. I mean, goddamn. I guess. But that's the thing with you. You believe people and also the things they tell you. Jane never believed my crap. Never any of my warnings about the Baroness. Didn't believe any of the stuff about my mom, and so on and so on and so on. Until after a while, I just stopped even trying to convince her or her heart or bring up any crazy shit. Because, you know, doing a lot of songs and dances to convince somebody who thinks you're just shutting them up all the time kind of wears on a friendship. And who even needs that? But you believe in stuff. Probably because the more crazy fake shit you believe in, the more open the world gets, and the more chance there is for adventures being real, right? Righto. If a man believes hard enough in imaginary things, then I dare say that makes them slightly less fake. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Sexily, wank. It's one of those things Jane likes about you so much. It is? Which, I'm not supposed to talk to you ever, so never mind. Talk about what? Nope. You mean how, well, a way in which I suppose. Nope. Jane is prone to looking upon me with what I fathom to be more than just friendly affection. Nope. Hey, look who didn't say nothing about that. Why is it this silly fucking drunk girl over here? It's a tricky issue. And you know I adore Jane, and please don't think that I haven't given some thought to, well, that angle on our relationship, I guess. Oof, Jake, no, please. This is a conversation that can't happen because I started it and I blew it by saving stuff, so you have to forget it. Oh, yeah, I can see the dilemma this causes for your friendship with her. I'll drop it. Whew. Okay, on this topic, I'm now and forever Miss Zipperlups. Miss Zipperlups. Fuck. This is me for zip. Oh my. Nothing is escaping that lovely lady's whistle maker. It's shut tight as a drum. Well, wait, I hope that didn't sound dirty. Okay, but may I say this? If in the future I would like to bring up certain topics completely unsolicited by one who may be sworn to secrecy on those very matters, and am in need of, I guess, neutral and totally non-compromising advice from a friend, do you think that Miss Zipperpips might unseal those scandalous metal choppers for a bit? Fuck, that also sounded kind of dirty. God damn it. Unzip, of course. I'm totally like your BFFC, Jake. I'm like at peace with that reality formerly known as raw fucking deal for what avenues it closes between you and I, that being your BFFC has gotta mean, but yeah. Wait, what? I'm just chill as fuck about about being a pale friend to all varieties of cute and eligible as hell peeps. Do you see my shoulder and how it says, "Hey friend, please deposit tears here"? That is a legit invite, and it is sincere as fucking bananas. Oh, I'm sure it is, but I don't know how much crying I'm going to be doing. Probably none, I think. No, I know, I'm just saying that. Okay, I'm now spinning my wheels like a motherfucker, but yes, the answer is yes. Great. And not that I'm backpedaling, but what about your best bro? Don't you get to talking to him about girl troubles ever? Yeah, well, like I said, the whole thing is complicated. Best not to get into all that until I'm ready to, you know, really start manhandling these bushel loads of prickly pears. Prinkly pears. The pears being the tricky subjects and questions, metaphorically. Right. Poor Jake, up to his neck in all the woes. Nah, it's cool. Speaking of which, I heard he's making you track down his robo-self to kill it or something for uranium. And the AR disabled the novice setting? Yes. You're so fucked. Oh, most certainly. I was actually just getting all of my final affairs in order when you messaged me. It was to bequeath to you all my WAB posters and advertisements. Ooh, Chad, are we coming up to a stopping point? Surely one is soon, right? Whew-wee. $4,226. At least it's not car cat logs. Ha! Okay, sorry. I was reading something. Alrighty. Let's continue. Let's see here. WAB what? Weekend at Bernie's, damn it. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm always in need of something to put under my cat's shitbox. Okay, tell you what. As an early Wiggling Day thing, you know what I'll do? I still don't really get the wiggling thing, but no, what? I'll enable the Brobot's novice setting again for you. Wow. Thanks, I think. But that don't count as the whole thing. I'll think of something better, too. For now, peace, Jake, and good luck with your Robro quest. Commence Robro quest. It is time to get dead serious about hunting down a robot that looks exactly like your best friend. Destroy it with your guns somehow and steal its uranium. Uranium, mum. But then the thing behind you that you were oblivious to starts grumbling. You totally forgot about the frightening fauna on this island and its regrettable realness attribute. Turn around. Oh, shit. It's this fucking guy. It's Crab. It's Crab Dad. S? You leap into the tropical island fray in an attempt to violently pacify the gigantic Earth Crab Dad. What is he even doing here? The question doesn't even occur to you. The island has been crawling with these things for as long as you can remember. You glance at the crudely rendered battle, direct your browser to the Homestuck Bandcamp page, and browse for suitable battle music. Oh god, there are so many songs. Which one would be a good fit for this duel? Wait, yes, there's one. That's perfect. You hit play, close your eyes, and become lost in visions of gnashing crustacean carapace, smoking M9 casings, and Jake doing that thing where he flies through the air shooting two guns at once. Yes, so awesome. You know what must happen, chat. Where is it? Wait, I don't think we're at that one yet. You moused over it? Oh, here it is. Yeah! Yeah! You know I gotta do it. You do that thing where you fly through the air shooting two guns at once. That thing isn't even that big of a deal for you. You do that thing practically every day on Hell Murder Island. Your furious salvo of deadly bullets scares the frightening fauna off into the jungle. Realness attributing? Aww. Okay, anyway. Another triumph for adventure. Time to... Ah! I somehow accidentally opened this on the Oh, this actually links to the actual page. Another triumph for adventure. Time to blow the smoke off your Berettas and saunter off into the... Whoa, not so fast. Behind you, Jake. Aha, got you, son of a shit. Wait. Tinkerbell, no! Oh no, it was only one of those sweet little fairy bowls. You just murdered him inappropriately with your multi-bullet device. You love those little fairy bowls. You feel just awful. Man. Oh, there's the robot. Implement plan of last resort. You have waited around long enough. Dad's legendary car wash won't last forever, and the day isn't getting any younger. You pack up Pop-Up's book and bust out one of your trusty homing device. Here goes nothing. Huh? Huh? Oh! God, he's such a little troublemaker. Hopefully he'll mind his manners today. John, no! Swoon! Oh, where's this? Oh, we're here. Okay. Exit the forest. Behold, zoological splendor. Looks like the centaur herd is out in full force today. You have to be careful about walking under them. There are extreme hazards involved, such as the threat of falling manure or milk. Examine the frog temple. There are the ruins you'll be making your way towards once you've got the uranium. Still need to locate the enigmatic robot. He's out there somewhere, just watching. You can feel it. Can't let your guard down for a second, or you'll get served like a dude on Butler Island. Look down. Uh-oh, something's coming up. Ooh. Not the encounter you hoped for today. These things don't back down. Assess the damage. Poor Pop-Up Severhead got nicked by the fireplace poker. He's going to need a lot of work this time. Over the years, your dad has spent thousands of dollars on repairs. Oh well, how much more grounded can you get than you already are? Put the head back. You stick the poker down his neck hole and jam the head back on the spike as a temporary measure. That looks somewhat more respectable, you guess. Looks like the troublemaker's father is calling. Oh, he got slashed in the eye, too. Okay, got you, Wolfle, thank you. Answer Strider. Oh, it's actually Strider. Why have you activated Dear Sweet Huggy Bear? Are you in danger? Oh no, I'm just trying to leave my house. Is this the real you, by the way? Yeah, it's me. I disabled the AR for now. Okay, just making sure. Jake was having some issues with it earlier, and I don't think he received its obfuscating tendencies in the humorous spirit intended. Yes, I'm catching up with the situation now. Oh, so you're talking to Jake then? Nah, just reading their chat logs. Man, what the fuck? I can't leave these two alone for a minute. Can a guy get his ablutions on in fucking peace? Was it that bad? Not really. The responder doesn't much distort my position on things usually. Its demeanor leaves something desired, though. I prefer it didn't make such aggressive and repeated claims of fidelity to my persona. Be misrepresenting the hells of key subtleties, yo. Why not just turn it off then? Keeps them both on their toes. Who? Jake and the responder. Jake needs to be more skeptical, rather than taking Pollyanna jackknife ass first off wherever turnip truck is blowing through town that day. He's got to apply a more critical reasoning to shit. I keep telling him, dude, you gotta be more like Jane. These lectures, I presume, are roughly similar in complexion to those I'm familiar with? Those wherein I have, and I quote, got to be more like Jake? Yes, exactly. You're finally fucking getting it. I sincerely doubt that I am, said the stubborn skeptic skeptically. Let's not talk about my issues again, shan't we? Shan't? That ain't a thing to say even for you. Shush! The word shan't escape my vocabulary any longer, just as you shan't nitpick my language. That's the turf you're on, Buster. Alright, kinda don't care. What were you saying? About what, Jake? About leaving the responder on. Yeah. Anyway, I kinda owe it to him to let the program run as often as possible. Jake? No, the responder. It is a fully cognitive, self-aware entity I am responsible for, not even to mention an approximate cerebral duplicate of myself. You don't just make a clone of yourself to live in a dead-end existence where it has no chance to thrive as an individual or surpass its limitations. That'd be sick. True. Also, the more the software runs, the broader and more detailed its experiential canopy becomes. Makes for a better dialogic partner. Dialogic? Are you saying you have conversations with your own autoresponder? Of course. Why do you think I made the thing? That's interesting. I guess I always just thought it was a really elaborate gag. It's that too. Sometimes your sense of humor seems more impenetrably advanced than your robotics. I'll never understand this tapestry of irony you weave. Maybe I'm just stuck in the dark ages of pranksterism with my funny mustaches, corny old joke book. Yes, you are, but that's fine. We come from different traditions. Someone needs to keep that racist southern asshole's legacy alive. There's dignity in taking up the work of our familial predecessors, even if what they did was insanely fucking stupid. Is that a note of bitterness directed at your superstar brother that I'm detecting? No way. He's awesome. I've told you, I don't begrudge any of his success. I also told you that he isn't my real bro, even though I call him that. We're related through an esoteric process of genetic reamalgamation. Oh lordy, yes, I know. I don't need another ironic lesson in science fiction. Alright, my lessons are rad as fuck, but suit yourself. The point is, obviously his satirical methods have flaws, and whatever tempered brand of hero worship that I might be practicing isn't keeping me from seeing that. Flaws? Talk about understatement. Those movies are unwatchable, unless your name is Jake English. Yes, spectacularly so, but they will have profound historical significance, mark my words. And flaws aside, it's a legacy I'm proud to inherit. My duty isn't to appropriate his methods with absolute loyalty, but to apply reason and improve upon them, to leave my own mark, to perfect the art of irony. It's just like what you're doing with the work of your ancestor. You are striving to perfect his hokey vaudeville bullshit or something. You seek the zen of a pie to the face, the Tao of falling the fuck down. If you say so. I don't know, call me a simpleton, but I just like funny jokes. You can't fool me. You take your shit as serious as I do. And if I wasn't serious about it, then I wouldn't have made you that rabbit. Then where the hell would you be? Well, aside from the thousands of dollars in corpse repair richer, I can't say. Has he been sleeping in the old man hollow again? Shit, that's adorable. I can think of cuter places for him to sleep, frankly. Yeah, bullshit. He's just being instinctive. In the wild, he would gut a carcass and sleep inside for warmth, as well as to secure tactical advantage for ambushing would-be scavengers. Oh, please. Anyway, property damage and desecration to a cherished elders aside, Mr. Bear has been a lovely addition to the family. You haven't renamed him yet? Oh, no, I keep forgetting I'm supposed to. You've got to fucking rename him, or change him to a girl if you want. That was important. When pets change owners, they get new names. Fact. Sorry, I'll name him right now. How about Little Sebastian? Fuck, if that isn't the best name a thing could get. Yeah, so are you saying Mr. Sebastian here was an ironic present, relayed strictly for guffaws? Yes, but it's not that simple. There were many layers involved. Some of them are literal layers of metal and plush. Huh? There's also there's a real stuffed rabbit beneath its exoskeleton. What? Really? Yeah, it belonged to my bro. I thought you said you didn't have such an heirloom to complete the plushie trifecta. I didn't. He didn't give it to me and never intended to bequeath it. I stole it. Ooh, risky. Nah, I got a little help from RL and ganked it out of his museum. It's the whole priceless collection of stupid shit from movies, defended like Fort Knox. Ironically, of course. So it's from a movie? Have you ever heard of Con Air? No. Wait, wasn't that some bit of action schlock from the 90s? Yes. Some of the silly nonsense referenced in his work was well before my time. I don't have the wherewithal to investigate all this minutia. Yeah, it doesn't matter really. But it was from that. Dude weirdly obsessed over that shit movie for years, among others. Know those signature shades you see him wearing on magazine covers and stuff? Another prop. A gift from Stiller himself, I believe. That does sound a bit of tad obsessive. Wasn't he furious about your burglary? Pretty sure he didn't even notice. In years since, I never saw a news story about a daring heist or anything. I feel like he would have made some hay out of that. And if he did know, he'd probably just want to give me a stoic fist bump or something. Why didn't you mention this when you gave the gift? More irony? Essentially, it's not that easy to explain. Broadcasting the gesture would have made it tawdry and would have somewhat defray its humor value. I see. So it was like a private joke, and if anyone besides you was in on it, the joke would be ruined. Like I said, there are layers. On one level, I gave you a filthy, tattered piece of shit, albeit of tremendous cultural significance, manhandled by some old B-movie actors, now candy-coated to function as a highly practical defender droid for your personal protection. On another level, I needed to incorporate something passable as a real heirloom for sentimental reasons. Aww. Wait, real sentiment or ironic sentiment? Or is there no difference? Am I missing the point here? No, it was genuine. The upper echelons of irony should always include measures of sincerity, and if the satirical practice is executed faithfully, it will achieve something bona fide in its own right regardless. Through an intense commitment bordering on religious devotion to the absolutely inane, absurd, or plain fucking stupid, a very different kind of sincerity begins to materialize. One of reverence to the ridiculous. You begin to mean it. But what exactly it is never quite what appears on the surface, and is utterly inaccessible to obtuse and literal minds. That you mean it then becomes inseparable from the joke, and additional rich strata of humor may be stripped aggressively from this irreconcilable truth. This is fascinating, if a wee bit more dissertation than I bargained for this morning. I have so much to learn, and I'm not even saying that ironically. Will you teach me your ways one day, sir? Perhaps an apprenticeship will open. Oh god, I'd love that. Consider the position yours for the taking any time. Feel free to approach and kneel before Cal. With my sword and his floppy mitten, you will receive my flash step anointment shoulder to shoulder, and shoulder again. Tempting, but that rain check will have to stay unendorsed for now. Little Seb is beginning to act out, and I must put his fidgetiness to constructive use. Cool. Jane, one more thing. I'm sure you must be aware by now that you'll be the leader of our group, and you'll be the first to enter the session. No, this is news to me. I never gathered that team leader was a thing for this game. Trust me, it's a thing. Are you sure? I have my doubts. I believe as a group we'll have the temerity to succeed without having other people around to order people around like an insufferable bossy pants. That's why you're our leader, Jane. Optimism through stalwart skepticism is an effect not everyone is plucky enough to be graced with. That's stupid! Yeah, I know. You're not our leader, you're our friend, right? Precisely! There is a big difference. And statements like that are also why you're our leader. But only in name and in spirit, less so functionally. If it puts your mind at ease, I'll be the one pulling the strings here. Oh yes? Then this whole affair will be one of D. Strider's grand productions in puppetry? I will be the unseen hand whose nimble digits are behind every subtle twitch in our session's bulbous foam ass. At least those gyrations not happening by the volition of its own quivering, absorbent proboscis. If you ever need help, Jane, if you're ever in any trouble at all, let me know. Just say the word. I'll whip the toggle stick of this ludicrous marionette, cavorting its humongous bottom to intercept your freefall through the abyss, snow cone you up in the fluffy crook of its cleft. Don't be alarmed if you're in no hurry to unpry yourself, for the great jut of this impudent rump has more to yield to your touch than you ever dreamt. Remember to catch your breath as it cherishes the imprint of your hand like a memento from a lover gone to war. There's a lot to give to that ass, you may say. There's a lot of give to that ass, you may say. Might like to settle in, make myself comfortable, start a family, bounce a coin off that ass, and you'll demand visitors. It's not going anywhere. Bet that coin will take a good nap there. It's a gamble you win every goddamn time. Yeah. These lessons we talked about, they've already begun, haven't they? Jane, you'll soon believe what I've told you. You'll believe it all. It's just a shame that believing will take something so coarse as seeing for a girl as sharp as you. Critical thought can lead one to accept the unlikely just as much as dismiss the impossible. I can help with this too. Would you like me to program a Jane Crocker responder for you? I only require a simple capture of your brain. Holy moly. Thank you, but no. I'm not ready to get dialogic with my cyber self just yet. My friends keep me busy enough as it is. Speaking of which, I really need to go. I know you love to talk my ear off, and it's always a treat, but let's catch up later after the game starts, okay? And if I do need your help, I promise I'll take you up on your offer. I made several. Which one? The one where you, hopefully not literally, offered to catch me in the crevice of a great big squishy butt. Hoo-hoo-hoo! Gotta go! Command Sebastian to lift the fridge. You order dear, sweet little Sebastian to put his fidgetiness to constructive use. He is eager to assist and lifts the appliance with ease. He finds a note taped underneath the fridge. It seems to be addressed to you. Daughter, if you are reading this, it means you are strong enough to lift the fridge. You have truly become a mature, powerful woman. I've never been more proud. Now be a good girl, put the fridge down, and stay inside. Fat chance, Dad. This bird's gotta fly. Uh-oh, little Seb's acting out again. His legs are getting fidgety and bothersome. Better tell him to put the fridge down gently before he causes more damage. Tell Seb to put the fridge down. Well, they did put the fridge down. Throw down your hat in disgust. Ah! Poof. Level up. You've been climbing your ladder very gradually for various minor accomplishments here and there since you were 13. That was such a sweet textbook hat poff. It earned you enough to clear the next rung. Fedora fledgling. Nice going. Not even in the game yet. Sand? Oh my gosh, she's so rich. Hat level up. The well-traveled hat shares in your glorious spoils. The battle-hardened accessory reaches dizzying new heights, leapfrogging from the douchebag's dome sucker rung to the rare, highly coveted martyr's piss scrattle rung. Run. How can these things be so fast on the land? It moves like some sort of giant frisky seal that is hungry and angry. You know from experience that bullets only make them hungrier and angrier, so there's nothing to do but run. Oh no, it's a hostile swarm of those little fairy bulls. They're probably pissed off about the one you killed earlier. They've come for revenge. Oh my god, the humanity! How they exact their pound of flesh! Oh god, no! Oh god, oh god! Oh god! The bees! What? They really credited this to Toby? Did he just... Was that him yelling into his fucking microphone? Ma. Nearby, someone or something bleats like a goat for strategic purposes, and also ironic purposes. Run. The jig is so totally up. Last scamper! Yeah! Nothing left to do but scurry your little legs over to that box, snatch the mail, and scram. Last scamper. Get the mail. Homestuck. Ah, the wind chime. Oh dear. Don't you fucking hate it when your mailbox explodes? There is a pipe bomb in your mailbox. Oh dear. End of Act 6, Act 1. One down. The hussy bot. No, not kids. I meant those curtain dealies. I still need to get set up, what, like another 5 of these rigs? God damn it. I hope I don't run out of green curtain cloth. Shit is expensive. So what about all those other kids? Huh? Who? Oh yeah, those people. Aren't they all dead? No, not quite. Oh god, you're right. There are still a few characters I haven't killed yet. I almost forgot about them. I was planning on totally messing with them in the short window of time they're in the same universe as me. Hopefully it isn't too late. Ah! Why am I even laughing? This is a completely inappropriate reaction. Besides, I'm its ink and robots don't have feelings. Hussy's kill list. Check the time. Let's see. They should be traveling near the speed of light across a distance of 1 yard, giving them about 3 nanoseconds before they crash through the outer wall. Which means I have about... Holy shit, I'm almost out of time to fuck up the story. Who would have thought nanoseconds could fly by so fast? Hurry. Who am I kidding? Even using my super fast robotic author avatar, I barely have time to do anything. Maybe I'll just level up the kids before they go. That's it. They've earned it after all, don't you think? Oh, hey, look. Revenge of Dr. Ragnarok. You produce your most spirited lad scramble yet, and hop up to the next god tier, achieving the illustrious Revenge of Dr. Ragnarok. All of your vitals go completely bonkers. Your man grid is off the charts. You're embarrassed for us to even know what that is. It's that gaudy. Sayonara, Kansas. Growing pains await. You put forth your best last scamper of all time and clear another sweet god tier, the nigh unattainable Sayonara, Kansas. Your battle stats predictably go haywire. You accrue so much youngster gumption, it's basically insane. No one should ever mess with you, not even me. John and Jade reap the spoils. You don't get boon dollars anymore. That shit is for babies now. Instead, you're finally ready to have your first achievement badge soon sewn onto your kitty camper handy sash. You receive The gift of gab, enabling you to engage in simple, direct dialogue with others without requiring any gimmicks to facilitate communication. You don't need to type through a chat client, or talk to a sprite, or traverse through a memory in a dream bubble, or wander around an interactive game environment, or any of that stuff. You seriously never thought you would live to see this achievement unlocked. It almost feels like cheating, like conversing in God mode. The Yap badge. All right. I believe this is a good stopping point before Act 6 Intermission 1. Woo! That was fun. All right, Twitch chat. Appreciate y'all hanging out and having a good one. I will see you fine folks on the morrow. Hope you all have a wonderful night, everybody. Appreciate y'all hanging out and having a good time. Here's socials, Blue Sky, Discord server. All right. I'll catch y'all soon, all right? Good night, y'all. Have a good one.